Sports Cars Live.
Hey, what's going on, FD? Good to be here.
I'm going to drop some couple bombs on the FD channel right now.
Who are you rolling with?
I am rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
We are rolling with FD.
Because I'm Carlos on What's the Play. Thank you, sir. Hey, Nick, you got to let me know who you're rolling with.
I'm rolling with FD.
Hey, Tony and Oz, who you rolling with? Then y'all.
Oh, you know we rolling with FD, baby.
Hey, Renee, who you rolling with?
Rolling with FD.
We're going to bring in Justin.
Hey, FD.
How you doing, bro?
I'm well.
Who you
I'm
rolling
rolling with FD.
So go, Bird.
I'm rolling with FD.
You got to let people know who you're rolling with.
I'm rolling with FD.
You got to let the people know who you're rolling with.
Well, obviously I'm rolling with FD.
We got you on the line.
You guys are, oh my goodness, we're both on the line.
Yes, hey, Mike.
What's still?
Love what you collect.
Hello.
Wait, I have that same card.
Oh, let's get a picture of this together. See, Blaz, who are you rolling with?
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
That's how you just rolling, right? That's the whole thing, right? You roll with it.
You gotta let me know who you rolling.
We're rolling with FD. You heard it first.
I'm not just a pretty face, Ziggy. Amen.
Rolling with FD.
What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here. It's Monday, February 20th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I got a special guest here that we've had on before, and we're going to come back and jump right into some things and talk to hobby sports and much more. But I got Mike, Mr. Get It and Flip It, in the house.
What's going on, baby?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed. How you feel?
I'm good, bro. It's good to be here.
Very good. Very good.
Monday, President's Day was today.
Yes.
So let's jump right into it, man. I want to get your perspective. I know Culture Collision was recently.
Yes, it was.
And I wanted you to break down your experience there. How was the show? Give us Mike's perspective.
I loved it, man. I loved it. You know, I love how every time Prism God always adds another aspect to the show. You know, I think last year was the first time doing a 3-on-3. Then he took it a step further and did the car stars at the OTE, which I was a part of for sure. I got some highlights, man. I got a highlight reel coming out for sure. But I think just the traffic, the vendors, the energy, the vibe, you know, it's more than cars when you're dealing with Culture Collision. You know, it's just that it's mixing all cultures together, shoes, people that were there doing cars, that were doing everything you can think of. You know what I mean? As far as all different kind of vendors, you know. So,
all right. What was one of your favorite moments of the show?
The 3-on-3 was definitely I love that aspect of the show. I love the car star aspect of the show as well too. I love the mascot that he had, the Prism God mascot that was running around this time. You know what I mean? Like it's always something different that he adds on. I just love it. You know, I'm
who was in that suit, man?
I'm not sure, to be transparent with you. I'm not 100% sure who was in the suit. I did ask. I never got an answer. But I next time I talk to Ralph, I'll ask him who was actually in the suit. I'm not sure who was in the suit. He did a good job, though, whoever it was, whoever was in the suit.
Whoever was did it. Excellent.
So
the video I saw was very cool.
When you coming to one, man, when we gonna see you in Atlanta?
I would like to come to the next one. I would like to.
Okay.
I gotta prepare for that. I'd like to come to the next one.
I got you. We'd love to have you, definitely.
I would love to be there. I would love to be there. I don't want anybody to think that I don't want to be there. That would be a great show to be at. It's just when we started, we had that strategy of staying pretty close. We haven't done a lot of travel.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, people ask us all the time, like when we come to Dallas and when we're going to Culture Collision, or even when we're going to the Boston show,
Causeway,
Philly show, all that. Mm-hmm. We really haven't done that. I think I went to Virginia one time, but we really haven't. We went to the Bay once when we first started. We've been to Del Mar, but we've primarily been in LA. I haven't even been to Phoenix or Denver.
Phoenix is a good show.
That's
what's coming up soon too.
I've heard it's a great show. So I would love to be there. Got a plan for that.
Okay.
What do you? I know we've talked before about market changes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you what do you see as what are you buying and selling now compared to 6 to 9 months ago? Has there been a drastic change?
Yeah, I was making that slight pivot into basketball where now it's majority basketball, like 95 to 100% just all basketball. Like I bought a nice little lot this weekend, and I got the cards actually right here, and I don't think it's any football anywhere. I believe I didn't buy one football card, and I didn't really buy one last week either. So I just think when it comes to certain sports ending, it kind of filters out a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially during the playoffs on certain sports, it kind of filters out. I definitely think there's buys to make in the off season on football.
Mm-hmm.
Am I necessarily jumping on it right now? Not right now. I'm just focusing on basketball right now.
Where do you think Jalen Hurts cards are going?
I mean, they're definitely gonna, they're gonna go down. I think he played extremely well in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 300 yards passing, 74 or so rushing,
Rushing. Yep.
three touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. He had a great
Yeah,
game.
so I think
He had
he
the
had a great
best
game.
game of any quarterback to ever lose Super Bowl.
Agreed. I agree. If it wasn't for that last little hold call, which definitely was a hold for 110%, he would have had another chance to make something happen.
Well, I keep saying this. I feel like that hole could be called on 85% of pass plays.
That's fair.
Why would you make that call end of a Super Bowl? That still doesn't sit right with me. It's weird.
But is it a hold?
Oh, it's a hold, but we can call that first quarter, second
That's
quarter,
cool.
third
But
quarter.
sometimes they miss it too. Can we agree?
But what I want, Mike, is it to be consistently called.
That's fair.
Call every
That's
time
fair.
it happens. Let's not
That's
just wait
fair.
till the fourth quarter with 20
That's fair.
seconds left and penalty.
Yeah, that's fair. I give you that. It needs to be more consistency, 110%.
But what else was I going to say? Jalen Hurts fumbling the ball for the scoop 6.
Yeah.
At that very moment, I said this game is over.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that, he wins.
I give you that.
It's just, and you just see players, and it's like, that's why the game is so difficult, man, because you make one minor mistake against a team
And that's
like
it.
that, and
That's it.
that's about it. It could be the same in basketball, and in boxing, you leave your guard down a little bit. Somebody gets a right hand or a jab in,
and that's it.
That could be.
But I mean, that especially when it comes to championships, who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? Obviously, that's who's going to win every time.
So let's segue ourselves into this, Mike. You look at the NBA. Who's going to win this championship?
I like the Clippers. If we're talking health wise and Kawhi is playing all playoffs, and I like the way the Clippers look. I won't lie to you. I definitely like the way the Lakers look now with making those trades. I think coming out the East, I think it's Giannis all day. I don't think it's really a question. I like the way Boston looks. I like the way Tatum is playing. I like the way that Brown is playing. I just don't see them coming out the East going against Milwaukee if it's Eastern Conference Finals. I don't see it. Personally, that's just me personally. So I think coming out the East, I would say Giannis. I would like to say the Clippers coming out the West. Even though you have KD with Phoenix, I'm not in love with that.
It's nothing happening.
Yeah, I'm not in love with it. I think it definitely makes you better anytime you can get KD 110%. But I don't think you're coming out the West personally. And I think, honestly, I hate to say it, I think the Kings is a little bit of a fluke. I think the Kings are like with the 3rd seed.
Yeah, 3rd seed. I'm looking at seeds right now.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, I think you're having a good. Yeah, I don't see you doing anything in the playoffs. Honestly, in a 7-game series, I don't see it.
But I know that you didn't Memphis. You didn't mention Memphis.
I love Ja. I think besides Ja, I think that's all you have.
Interesting.
I don't. Triple J's having a good year. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. He's having a fantastic year. But once again, in the 7-game series, it's like even I think I might take the Lakers over you guys in a 7-game series.
Hmm.
If we're talking everyone healthy.
You think the Lakers can make the playoffs?
Yeah. Yeah, they can make it. I think so.
You know
I
they have
think so.
won like 19 of 24 games.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Lakers making the playoffs.
Okay.
I see LeBron being upset about something, going home with it. Tough doing the finals. The posting stuff to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Talk about this and talk about that. Remind people his number of points. So let me ask you this. Okay, I'll wait on this one. I got a lot of excited. Who else do we talk about? Dallas. What are they? You think they're gonna do anything?
Nah. I don't like, and shout out Wizard Collective. Me and him when that happened, it's crazy. Like literally, like when he called me, I had just sold a Luca on card auto like 10 minutes before that, and I was like, man, I probably should have held that if I knew what was gonna happen. But I just got to keep it real, man. I think Kyrie is a great talent, man. I think you're a cancer as well too, man. You know, it's like no matter where you go, bro, you're never happy. Whether you're placed in a situation by a team or you're forcing your way out. It's like you're never happy anywhere. So I don't necessarily see them doing anything in the West because it's like it's really just them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could
Traded
say
away
Tim
as a player.
Hardaway.
Yeah, they traded
Yeah,
away. Yeah.
yeah. They pretty much their whole bench. They pretty much let go. You know, and I do like Tim, but I don't think that's enough to do anything in the West personally. Especially against if I'm saying the Clippers, I don't think that's enough to handle the Clippers.
You know Westbrook went to the Clippers, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Now I got another one for you too. You ready? I can ask you a question.
I'm with it. Yeah, I want you
I
to.
see,
Yeah,
I see, I see that Chi-Town on your hat.
yeah, what's up?
How you feel about Pat going to the Bulls?
You know, I was talking on the phone with a friend before we got on here.
Okay.
So I like Pat Beverly from Chicago,
Okay.
from
Right.
what I like Pat Bev. I think he serves a role in the NBA, but I
Yeah.
think he's the best salesman in probably in NBA history. Some kind of way he has convinced people that he's a defensive stopper, which he's not, never will be, never has been, and that he makes a difference on a team. And when he went to the Lakers, I said to many people, that's not the right fit. He doesn't do anything with the Lakers. He was a better fit in Minnesota
Yeah,
than he
of
was
course.
with the Lakers. Like he should
But
have
he's
stayed.
an energy guy.
Yeah.
I think I'm not I don't want to say he's not a good defender. Do I think he's an elite defender?
No,
No. He's a pest.
He's a pass. He puts
He's a
in it
pest.
into playing defense. He's not
Right.
a defensive stopper.
Right. And I said, he's not elite, so I wouldn't say defensive stopper, but I would put him on any point guard, and I think he would contain any point guard in this league, maybe besides Luka. And I think that's just based off the size, right?
He's gonna check. He's gonna check Shea. No, he's gonna check Steph. No, it's not happening.
I think he'll make it hard for Steph. I think he can make it hard. I think the only thing about Steph is him going through so many screens.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think he can make it hard for Steph. I think personally.
This is why I think Pat Beverly is the best salesman in NBA history.
And that's fair.
A lot of people think like when I hear a lot of people on TV, friends, and everybody else, defensive stopper comes up when you mention Pat Beverly, and
That's a strong suit.
But they're actually mutually exclusive. He's a dude who puts energy in the defense in a league where most people don't. So he said, and that's the thing I like about him. I can't knock him for that because if people are saying something about you that can get you a $13 million contract,
get it. But I'm
curious. You know his story about how he actually got in the NBA.
Yeah, like he was overseas and had to buy out his contract out.
He bought out his own contract to come open this door for him. So how could you dislike or hate the?
No.
I mean, the guy's a genius, man.
Of course.
So but I support him. I don't care if he goes anywhere. And if I see Pat Bev in a uniform, like I like this.
I'm curious if they're actually going to let him really be a point guard. Because I feel like that is,
do you think he's a point guard?
I think I think we really haven't had the opportunity to really see him be a point guard. No matter where he's went, he really has not been the main ball handler. No matter what team he was.
I don't think he will be. If
I
he goes to the Bulls, he's not handling the ball.
I feel like I would like to see how that works with him, DeMar, and Levine on the court at the same time. How that offense would work.
See, Big John has a good point here. I would take a healthy Caruso over Pat Bev any day of the week.
Well, that's a champion. I mean, come on. No one never would disrespect Alex Caruso. No one's never saying that. But Alex Caruso, I also feel like he plays that point guard role a little bit on the Bulls, but he's not a point guard either.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean? And I personally think Pat Bev has better, I guess you could say, point guard skills than I would say Alex Caruso does, to me personally.
I can respect that.
You know, so like I said, I would just like to see how it works, right? I would like to see how that works, that three-headed monster, right? Pat Bev, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Vucevic at the 5, and let's get real big and put DeAndre at the 4. Let's get big and get some rebounds.
So do you think in the all season when the Bulls get put out that they gotta get rid of Zach LaVine? They gotta move that guy.
You gotta switch it up. I love Zach though, bro.
He's
you know what I'm saying?
He's not
he is definitely inconsistent, but I love Zach though. I do love Zach. But if you can get some for him, you got to move him. You know, I think DeMar is definitely a better player. You know, it's kind of like the whole thing with Kyrie. You know what I mean? Like before he leaves, get something.
The USA Patriot card says Kyrie is in Texas. We are different here. We will show Kyrie more love than he has ever seen. But I want to ask a question. I think that Kyrie, I've said this before, is going to expose some stuff about Luka. You know, Luka's a ball dominant guard. Yep. Kyrie is something too. But Kyrie is going to pass the ball to more people than Luka is to make them better and inspire them to be better. I always ask this question, man. There are two players that everybody talks about, and their cars kind of dominate the hobby, which is Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Mm-hmm.
And Ja. Kyrie has a ring. Ja and Luka don't.
Right.
What if Ja and Luka finish their careers with no rings?
What are you saying? Like it takes away from the greatness or legendariness?
Oh, well, it's definitely going to take away from legendariness. It's going to take away from greatness, and it's going to affect car prices.
Of course.
But I think people walking around buying Luka and Ja, I don't think that's even remotely in their mindset that these two guys retire with no rings.
I think as good of a talent, especially Luka, right? I think Ja's a great talent, but he's more of a highlight reel than he is a talent, right? Mm-hmm. Because if Ja was LeBron's height, they'd be the same player pretty much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the skill set that Luka possesses, it's only a matter of time before you get a ring. To me personally,
really?
Yeah, because I feel like if they were to get one more piece, if they were to get Joker, I think they could win the West hands down. You know what I mean? Like he's really one piece away. Having Kyrie is definitely an addition. I just don't think it's going to be enough for them to get out of the West against the Lakers or against the Clippers. You know what I mean? But they're going to put up some numbers. They're going to fight. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a dog walk, a cakewalk, none of that. But it's not enough. That's the issue. It's not enough in a 7-game series.
I agree with that.
So
Joker's a big piece, though. You bring over the Joker to several teams.
Yep.
You're going far, if not winning a championship, if not win a couple of championships.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to see Luka come in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Probably haven't seen that since his rookie year.
And that's scary.
Well, I mean,
that's scary. That's like James Harden in shape. That's scary.
I just don't know if we'll ever see it, man. I don't think we're ever going to see that. I don't think we're ever going to see James Harden in shape again. I don't think we're ever going to see that.
Well, I think with James, he's towards the latter year of his career, so it's kind of like it is what it is with James.
But I have a philosophy that probably most people do is that at some point You're trying to establish yourself as a player. I don't care what sport you're talking about, boxing, football, basketball, whatever. At some point, you're trying to excel at what you do, right? And then as a part of your career, you're just picking up checks.
Right.
So when we talk about Kyrie, like I don't even think Kyrie really wants to play basketball.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, the boy's still putting up numbers. I feel like the performances that he gives on a night-to-night basis, you have to want to do that. You know what I mean?
Again, going back to what you said before, why is it everywhere he goes there's a problem?
I don't know. There's something wrong with him. You know, I like I don't really understand what happened in Boston. I think the whole thing with LeBron, it's like he really wanted to be the man. And I think maybe it was a reality check when he went to Boston, you know, and then when he went to New York with the Nets, it's like you have to. I think he got on his high horse and then he got humbled. You know what I mean?
Because he made a statement at a press conference not that long ago about before he went over officially to Dallas that him and LeBron have matured since then.
Right, of course. Because that was what 2016. Yeah, 2016. So, you know, it seemed like it wasn't that long ago, but that was a little second ago.
It's gonna be interesting to see how this stuff plays out. Especially Connor saying that the Suns are looking good.
They do. It's just not enough.
You know, they signed these players, and two of them are hurt. Like I still don't think Book is right. Probably won't be right. And CP3 is going to turn 38 in the playoffs.
He's going to get hurt. He gets hurt every playoffs. So it's.
Or he gets hurt in the playoffs, or he makes his team lose.
Right.
Makes it worse. So.
But almost every time he's been in the playoffs, he's gotten hurt. So in some game, he's been out for 2 to 3 on every single team. So I mean, we'll see. But I mean, it's still not enough. I think people are really underestimating the Clippers. I really feel that.
Now, there's one team you have not mentioned.
Who?
Golden State Warriors. Now, Mike, you think he was going to come up in here? Did you really think he was going to come up in here and now talk about the Golden State Warriors?
We can talk about it. They. We'll see. We'll see. I was wrong last year. They did it, but we'll see. We'll see.
GP is there now.
He is.
Now he's a defensive stopper.
Agreed.
Okay.
He learned from one of the best. He learned if not the best, one of top 2-3 defenders of all time. As a guard. Let me say that, as a guard.
That's right. And then you got Kuminga coming up as a defensive player. You got Clay back there still getting stronger,
Right.
having his top offensive season of his entire career.
Going crazy.
To me, the scary person is always Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what he's about to do. Is he going to
It's
turn
an X factor.
Is he going to score 40 tonight? You just don't know. Sometimes he's just going through the motions.
Right.
Well, yeah, so yeah, you don't know. What do you think about James Wiseman going to Detroit?
I think he's going to get the opportunity he deserved. You know, get him some tick.
That's right.
If there's any place for you to be the man, it's all open for you, baby.
That's right.
Doors wide open.
Right. Go get
It's
it.
wide open.
He should get up every day, hungry to go get it.
And I feel like this.
And I told some people, I'm critical. I was talking to Wiz about this at the Burbank show. I'm critical of Wiseman and what he does do well and what he doesn't. On the defensive end, he has a lot of stuff to learn. Pick and roll, stuff like that. He has a lot of stuff to learn. But if he doesn't just show the passion, at least in the first game, I saw a guy trying to take shots when he was in the game, attempting to roll and play some defense. I mean, if he doesn't bring that energy like that, then something's wrong. And I was talking to someone else I knew, and they was like, man, if I was there, it'd be hard for me to get motivated. I was like, okay, but if this guy can't get motivated, that's an issue.
Yeah.
It would be a real issue.
Yeah, I mean, you got an opportunity, like I said, to shine. Even if you obviously you don't really want to stay in Detroit.
Yeah.
But it's your time to shine. If somebody else is looking at you like, man, this man is giving me 20 and 10, 25 and 15. Like, this is your time to go crazy.
Even if he's 15 and 10 right now.
Run it. Yeah.
The other day he was 11-5 first game.
Yeah. So
even if he's somewhere around a double-double, I mean, that's not. He's not playing in the G League. He's playing against real NBA competition. He's giving you film to watch. I would think. Oh yeah, I can't forget Wiggins. We're going to say he's getting stronger as well.
He's a sleeper.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
This all around town 7-game series. It's gonna be a hard team to beat. Right now, they're in the 9th seed, 29-29. They got some basketball players to make sure they get into the either out of the play-in or into the play-in and actually get into the playoffs. Who's dropping like a rock? While the Pelicans, who's in the 7th seed at 30-29, they used to be in the 1.
They was number 1.
Can we talk about Zion Williamson?
I mean, what's there to talk about? We knew what he was.
What was he?
Injury prone.
Now you know, bro. You know the hobby. I'm gonna take you back to the National in 2021. Bro, Zion was Zion was selling
crazy
big dollars on cars.
Yeah, he was like almost twice his job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This dude blew a shoe out at Duke, hurt at Duke. And I talk to people about this, and they look at me like a deer in headlights. Like, you know, you play sports, Mike. I play sports. You look at a guy, how he moves around. How does he walk? It's kind of pitch. You kind of knock-kneed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
His weight distribution when he walks is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just see lower extremity issues on a consistent basis. He has a hamstring issue right now. He was playing 3-on-3 the other day. I re-aggravated that hamstring. I don't think that dude's coming back this season.
Probably not.
But let me ask you a question, because I put something on Instagram about this.
Yeah.
So you're young in your career. You're hurt. Why are you at the All-Star game? And why are you at All-Star practice walking around? You saw Steph is not even in the state.
Nah, he's chilling at the house.
Is this because you think you may not be back here? You want to tell your grandchildren? You talk to Karl Malone? You saw them.
Maybe just enjoying it.
LeBron?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't make. I saw him. I was like, first I thought I was watching some old coverage.
Yeah.
Like last year or something, or whenever he was in it before. Like, this dude's really walking around with a bad hamstring on his feet the whole practice.
You need some treatment, boy.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't. You know, I think he's an extremely great talent. You are a freak when it comes to athleticism, but you know, I think it's just. I've said it once and I've said it before. It's just a difference when he jumps compared to Ja. Y'all jump the same, but Ja's like almost 100 pounds lighter than you, bro. So the wear and tear on his ankles, his knees is completely different. Like I don't think Ja Morant even 200 pounds.
No, he can't be, bro. Not the way he's built.
Nah, you know. And you look at Zion is almost 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
he's very close. And he's actually gained weight during the season.
Yeah. He a big boy. He's a big boy.
When they had him come back after that last rehab with his foot, he was like in the best shape since almost Duke.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch Duke footage, you can see how much weight he's put on.
Yeah. He was slender. Well, I ain't gonna say little, but he was slender. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, more slender. Connor says, I love Zion. He better than Wiseman. Connor, let's see how that thing plays out. Because I say if you're on the court, it's a good thing.
The best ability is availability, sir.
Yeah, and if you're not on the court, I just don't know. I can watch YouTube. I can look at some old film with a clicker.
Yeah.
I want to see what you're doing tonight.
What you doing for me lately, baby?
So I don't know. Zion is just peculiar to me. Like I just don't know. Because I remember back in the day with Phoenix, there was a player from Arkansas that could not stay in shape. I can't remember his name right now. And I just wonder, when you're a professional athlete and you just can't stay in shape, on a serious note, and I'm not joking right now, like what else is going on?
Right.
There's something. I feel like there's something
else going on.
There's something behind the scenes that's happening where you
can't get disciplined enough.
Yeah, you're binge eating. You're doing something that those are the things I think about when I think of Zion. For real, I don't care if he ever played again, but is Zion okay?
Yeah,
to be that young, man, and you just can't stay in shape. it's like
You wasting your talent.
wasting it big time. What happened to the Utah Jazz and 11th seed? Remember how hot they started? Gone.
Hey, it ain't about how you start, it's about how you finish, man.
Portland is probably gonna move Dame Dollar in all season.
I think so, man. I mean, Dame, like, man, bruh, if Dame went to, I don't even know. I feel like anywhere Dame goes, you'd be a champion contender.
The question is, why is he still there? Why is he that loyal?
I mean, that's just in him. You know what I mean? Coming from a small school, somebody took a chance on him, and he's the star. You know, I feel like if he goes to any other team, if it's a big market, he's not going to be the star. If he goes to the Lakers, you're not the star. If you go to Milwaukee, which is still a small market, you're not going to be the star. You have to go like to Atlanta. You would overshine Trey, but they would probably do a trade to get Trey there or something like that. So
that brings up another good question. Trey Young.
Trey Day.
What's your thoughts on you're in the line?
Hold on, I picked up a trade this weekend too. NT.
Oh, it's a great card.
Yeah. Every show I go to, man, I got to get at least one trade, man.
What do you think of Trey, man?
I mean, Trey's that dude, man. You know, but I think it's time to move on. I think it's not clicking. It's not clicking. You know.
Why do you think it's not though?
I don't think they really.
I'll tell you about me when his head coach, who was a defensive player,
mm-hmm.
who was a hustle guy,
right.
high energy guy. When he has a problem with somebody, like what's going down?
Right, exactly.
The whole incident with I'm hurt, I can't even show up to the stadium.
Right.
Then when the press asked him questions about it, he didn't really want to answer those questions. They want to talk about it. Also, at the beginning of the season, and I love it when players to divert the attention off of them or the situation that's going on, or team chemistry, any of that, they start talking about championships.
Mm-hmm.
So Trey said at the beginning of the season, I watch a lot of video and film on people.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned about the guys in that locker room and winning the championship. So I'm saying to myself, right, Trey Young.
Disconnect between him and the coach.
Come on, bro. You know you're not winning a championship in Atlanta with DeJounte Murray.
Right.
And DeJounte Murray was probably brought in, just in my estimation, to see can someone
replace you.
Yeah, bro. And that's what players don't get. He was brought in to see can we work without you.
Javonte Murray, I love Trey, but Javonte Murray is a better player than Trey Young. Period.
Yes. He's a better distributor. He seems to be a better leader. Just from eye contact of people on the court. Like I watch a lot of Atlanta. I challenge myself to watch a lot of teams I don't usually watch.
Right.
We're gonna get to Houston, but I watch a lot of teams, and I'm looking at how his chemistry on the court is with his fellow players.
Yeah.
That we talk about Trey.
Yeah.
Then another thing that hit me was there was a survey out amongst players, and they voted Trey Young the 15th best point guard in the NBA.
15.
Why? He's better than that.
Way better.
Way better than that.
He's averaging a double this year almost.
Why would the whole league vote him 15th?
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
there's some hate out there, or you can say
agree.
People don't like him for a reason.
Yeah, his attitude.
Yeah, because I played against people. I know you have too. Where you don't want to play against them because they're so good. When you do, it's a battle, but you all respect each other. Then 100%. I played against some people that are good who are a-holes.
Right.
And everybody on this court field, in the bleachers, everybody up top selling popcorn, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Mike, you know this.
I understand it. Yeah,
only a few people going to speak on it.
Right.
So. Connor says Zion got a Jordan deal. I don't know what that means.
I don't get it. Can you elaborate?
I don't know what that means, Connor.
A Jordan deal.
Because I'm pretty sure.
You talking about like a shoe deal?
I don't know what he's talking about, but it won't be.
I think he got a shoe deal, didn't he?
I don't know. I do know Jason Tatum just brought some,
Got with Jordan.
which I thought was hilarious, man. So he called his shoes pink lemonade.
I ain't seen him.
Yeah. He wore them in the All-Star game yesterday. Pink lemonade. And they asked him why. He said, because after every meal I have pink lemonade.
Okay.
That's a strategy. I love the modern day NBA, baby.
Yeah, it's simple.
I love it.
It's simple.
So what's up with the Houston Rockets, man? Jalen Green, Porter Jr. You know what that team is? That team is just signing players and putting them on the court, man.
It's just a bunch of talent that really has no direction.
Their coach Silas got upset the other day at the press conference, said we don't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
He probably won't be around there too much longer.
Nah.
You think Jalen Green has long-lasting talent in the NBA?
Yeah, he just needs to be on a different team. Like, I think he's a Jamal Crawford, Jordan, Clarkson type player, honestly.
I agree.
Personally.
I've watched
I need 30 points off the bench, maybe even 40. Come on, just go. Just go do your thing. Like, you crafty enough, you big enough, fast enough, athletic enough, you can get your shot almost against anybody.
Who do you think has more long-term success, Porter Jr. or Jalen Green?
Probably Jay. I think Jalen.
I agree.
Because I feel like if I put Jalen on any team, he can really be successful.
And I think he's athletic enough to play defense.
Yeah. If he wanted to. And he's tall. He's like 6'6". He's like 6'6", 6'5", something like that. He's tall.
Very
he's long. Yeah. I picked up one of his cars this weekend too.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, man. I think it's just interesting now though. So you got guys coming out of G League, you got guys spending 1 year in college. A lot of these players, you're not gonna know who they are until year 4, 5, 6.
Right. They gotta develop.
At that time, they'll be 22, 25, 24. And that's when you'll really start knowing who they are.
Yeah. People gotta develop. I mean, look at Jordan Poole. You gotta develop. Even you talking about Gary Payton, he had to develop.
Oh, he was almost out the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of these kids need to really stay in college a little bit longer. But you gotta develop, man. If you really like a connoisseur of basketball, like you think about some of these older like 80s and 90s, like they was in college for at least 2 to 3 years. They developed.
And they even came out and still, like Dennis Rodman was in the league for a while before we started. Like, man, who this dude is?
Who is? Yeah, exactly.
There's several players you can name that were one, but we're in this instantaneous. You got to come out of high school, spend 1 year in the G League or in college, and then you start averaging 20 points a game. That's what we think.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, people start saying you're a bust. It's not happening for you.
But they have to understand, not too many people really came from college and was doing that. Like, even if you take Kobe, like Kobe didn't come straight in averaging a dub. It took Kobe a few years to develop. You know what I mean? I don't even think KG came in averaging a dub. I think he was probably averaging like 15, 16, but he wasn't averaging no dub.
And people, the knock against KG was he's not a power forward, he's not a small forward.
Right.
What is he? People said that for a long time. Like, he's out of position all the time. What is he? And he's not physical enough in the post. He used to get ripped all the time.
Yeah. He's still a beast, though.
Dude.
KG a beast.
To me, he should open those. I don't know if he does this. I feel like he should just open a school and just train these guys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Wiseman. It's just a bunch of people you can name that should go to the KG school of power forward center and go learn something.
All day.
Because his footwork was crazy. His jump shot was crazy.
Yeah.
And
his hustle is motor.
His hustle is motor.
His attitude.
Face, but not really in your face. He knew how to not get technical, but he's going to tell you, looking at the ground by you, what he wants to tell you.
Right.
I loved his spirit, man.
Yeah, I love KG.
You think so? The Celtics. I just don't know about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Nah, and even again, like, it's not enough to get past Giannis. It's not enough to get past Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Holiday. It's not enough. Or I ain't even say Brook Lopez. That's an X factor. That's not even fair. But people sleep on Brook Lopez
That's
like
another guy who has transcended his game to
yeah,
a level.
whole man.
He was back in Brooklyn.
They don't understand.
Oh, what about Cleveland? Garland. Garland lost. Like I predicted at the beginning of the season that with Donovan Mitchell coming in, Garland was going to be a little bit lost in that shuffle.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't, I don't like their team. I think they are the East version of the Rockets to an extent. A bunch of guys that can play ball with no direction. You're going nowhere. You guys are
There's
going
a lot
nowhere.
of that in the NBA. Can you name more than 5 coaches in the NBA? I can't. Sometimes I watch a game of a team that I don't really know, and I'm like, oh man, that's their coach.
Yeah. I'm thinking Spoelstra, Pop.
And that's the NBA debate, man.
Chauncey. Silas. I forgot the coach's name for the Lakers. What's his name? Oh,
Ham.
Yeah. Oh my God. Clippers. Lou.
Yeah. Tell you, man, the NBA today is just a little bit.
That was hard. Yeah.
Picking up checks. I don't know what these coaches are doing. And they get me like Charlotte's coach came, also like Silas to the press conference, like, man, we don't play defense. Aren't you supposed to be teaching these people defense? How you
Your assistant coach?
Get upset about? And okay, let's talk about LaMelo Ball. You and I talked before. You know what I'm saying? I knew this thing's gonna come back. You and I talked before. You was like, man, face of the NBA. I went around, just so you know. I know someone, I'm talking to the person that says LaMelo is the fake, could be, or will be eventually the face of the NBA. And people are like, who said that? I'm like, it doesn't matter.
He is, man. I still believe in him.
Come on, Mike.
He gotta go to a different team.
Okay, man. It's not in him, right?
You gotta go to a different team, man.
You watch this guy play?
Yeah.
It's not in him.
He ain't put up numbers?
Dude, he's putting up numbers in a system and with a team where he should be averaging at least 8 more points a game. There's no hustle in him. When I watched more Charlotte this year. There's no hustle. There's no aggression. We're just out here going through the motions.
If he was on a point guard for the Miami Heat, my man should be going crazy. He needs to go to a different team.
If he was a point guard for the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler would chew him up.
And he would have to perform. That expectation would be you can't tell me he's not an exceptional talent.
Oh, he's
not. He's not. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me he's a bum.
It's a hairline between those who have talent and those who use it. It's a hairline there.
And because I think Melo's 21, 22?
I looked him up today. 22. I looked him up today.
22. And he's probably a fresh 22. You need I feel like this when it comes to basketball, like we said, we couldn't name some of these coaches, right? Mm-hmm. It was that tough. You have to put certain players in a system and with a coach to develop them the correct way. He has the wrong system and definitely has the wrong coach. If you would put him with Spoelstra, boy, you got to get right. You're too good of a talent not to be really giving me like 22, 10, and 10 a night. You should be averaging it. You should be giving me Luka numbers a night, really.
You should see something from him. You don't really see anything from him.
Yeah. But you see glimpses. See glimpses. You'll see him go crazy. Like it's in you. You just got to be in the right position to do it. To me personally, and it's like even looking at Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man's not really having that good of a year.
No, he said the other day that he's declaring that he's going to come in next year in shape.
You know what I mean? So it's all right. We'll see. But then he needs to go.
You think Ant-Man can lead a team, bro? No.
No, but he's a good Robin. He's a great Robin.
Well, they got rid of D'Lo, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, they're looking at it, the Ant-Man. They got upstairs with binoculars.
Like, what you finna do?
What are you about to do now?
What?
We're gonna give you the end of the season, and we're gonna give you next year probably 40 games.
And you out.
Then we're gonna see what you up to.
Right.
But is he thinking that? Or is he like, man, now I can shoot?
I think he has to understand.
Him. This is another thing I don't understand about Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay, you get rid of D'Lo, cool. You putting the attention on Ant-Man, but you still got Gobert running around. The other day he had 0 points in a game.
Trash.
But he's making 200-something million.
Trash.
And then Cat's out, and you know Cat and Gobert, they're not going to work together.
Nah.
And now we see this sitting where we're sitting. I just don't understand these teams, man. I don't understand.
I'm with you. I'll be looking at the Bulls sometimes, like, man, I don't know how y'all ain't making
that whole team up. The Bulls have to break that whole team up.
Everything.
The only person that saves is DeRozan, maybe the kid from Illinois, a few other people. Everybody else, you just gotta break it up.
I like what's his name? Vucevic. I always say his name right. Vucevic.
Oh, he's a nice player.
So I would say DeMar and him, because I really do like him. I like him a lot, man. You know, I like him a lot. I like Dre as well too, but Dre is expendable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's expendable. Everybody's expendable besides those two.
So going back to the Ant-Man, Ant-Man's cards
will be a superstar for a long time, in my opinion.
Are his cards undervalued, overvalued? What do you think?
I think the hype has settled down, so I feel like the market for him, even with Melo, the prices have equal to what I think the performance is. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely dropped down, and I feel like for the year that he's having, they shouldn't be super expensive. Like, his cards are not super crazy right now. You know what I mean? I think he still moves pretty well in the room because he has a huge fan base, but I don't think his prices are crazy. I think it's definitely settled down because of the year that he's having. That hype that coming into the year this year is definitely dropped down 100%.
What about the word superstar connected with Ant-Man?
Anthony Edwards is not a superstar yet. He's not a superstar. He's not a superstar yet. When you're a superstar, you can get your team to the playoffs single-handedly. Carmelo was a superstar. He got his team, he got the Nuggets to the playoffs single-handedly by himself. That's what superstars do. They might not win it for you, but they will get you to the Russell Westbrook. Got his team to the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think Ant-Man, not yet. Now, when he gets into shape and he works on his game this season, this off season, we'll see. But he still has a lot to develop. You know, I don't really like his handles. I don't really like his shot off the dribble. You can't dunk every single time. You know, you got to give me something else. Give me something in the mid range. You know, he's got to kind of diversify that little package a little bit.
He doesn't do it, bro. He doesn't do it. He's about that out. He's about that 17+ jump shot.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Like, Ant-Man is not taking you mid range. He's not taking you off the dribble. I watched a lot of Minnesota. That's not what he wants to do.
Yeah, but I'm saying that to be a superstar, you need to do that.
Okay. I think he could. I think he has athleticism to do it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if in off season,
but he also has to get in shape. Like, we all know, when you out of shape, the easiest thing to do is
100%. Man, at the Car-Star game, I was so out of shape, man. I'm telling you, it's hard. It is hard to hit some shots when you can't move, when your legs is going and you can't breathe. It's hard.
That was the first thing Wiseman said, playing those few minutes with Detroit. He's like, I gotta get my wind up. I gotta get my cardiovascular thing together. Then I should be able to do more.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude been sitting around for a while. No sitting around, bro. So 81 S Weaver says, Roland, I have a Wiseman Contenders optic go out of 10 rookie auto if you're interested. I sent you some pics via Instagram. I'm looking at my Instagram. Let me know when you send them. I don't see anything. I would like to put my eyeballs on this card. Mike, now you out there. You see some Wiseman. Gotta let me know, man.
I got you. Like, I know Prism Guy had one. I'll let you know he had it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember that was
Let's see, win MVP at Coach Collision 3-on-3. I was told he is him. I'm an old man, bruh. You okay? I got some game. Don't get it. Like I said, it's a highlight reel. Don't get it twisted. I was out there getting buckets, man, but it's a team sport at the end of the day, man. So it's always next year, man. But I tell you this, we won the Car Star game. We came back from a 13 point deficit. You know what I mean? So that was my glory for the weekend was the Car Star game, man. So we always got next year. I'll try to win it next year, man.
Yeah. 81's Weaver or Sweaver
7 weeks ago.
Yeah, can you send those pictures again? I'd love to see it. And just turned 21. Just saying, I get it. I mean, I'm not coming down on the dude.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just, but you still got to develop.
Stuff he has to tighten up. Like you got to get your diet right, bro. You got to come in. You got to come in shape. You got to be motivated. You got to work on your game. He says no one's in the gym more than him. He's got to work on his game, man. I mean, right now, Melo, they all got drafted together. I mean, Shea is starting to
rise.
Shea is starting to. I called somebody the other day and said Shea is the real deal.
Hey, Shea is a who said something about a superstar? Pete. That's a superstar. Yeah, he's ready.
Shea is different, bro.
He's ready.
Anywhere. He can do anything.
All 3 levels.
Anything.
And he's ready. He a beast. He's a beast. And no one really talks about him like that.
I still think Oklahoma City might move him somewhere.
Yeah.
But he is going to be a difference maker wherever he goes, even if he's
wherever.
He's a difference maker. He's a different kind of player.
He's shifty.
And I was sitting around the other day thinking about, okay, once Curry's gone, KD's gone, Kyrie's gone, all these people are gone. Like who's showing some realness? And Shea is the person.
Yeah, definitely Shea. 100%.
I've tried to watch more Oklahoma City this year than ever, and he is. I don't know if it's his personality or what, but people are not latching on like I would think they would be latching on to this guy. I liked him. They saying I went in for a layup. LeBron's trying to play defense on me. He wasn't playing defense on anybody else. Let's see what's up when we play him again.
I love that in him.
Oh, so let me ask you this, man. Did you really care about LeBron breaking Kareem's record?
Nah, because I mean, look, man, let me tell you something. If y'all pay attention to those top scorers, they all played about 20 years. Karl Malone played like 19, 20 years. Kobe played like 19, 20 years. LeBron did. So did the captain. You know, I feel like if you playing that long and you are like the star on your team, like you're going to score, you know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. I think it's a great achievement that you did it, but it's like 20 years in the league, bro. You know, I feel like this, like if Mike would have played an extra 5 years, he'd probably have more points than that.
Yeah, he had more points than anybody walked.
So it's like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a big deal. I mean, he did his thing, though. I mean, he's probably I'm not going to say no one, but no one's going to touch it for a long time because he's probably got another 2 to 3 years to play.
No one may ever touch it. You got to be the kind of player that comes out, averages 20 points a game, and keep moving with 20 points a game.
25.
Yeah, and stay healthy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult. Can't say no one can do it. But
it's going to be tough.
You got to have a talent at 18, 19 years old and keep rolling.
Right.
So it's going to be very, very difficult. We talk about a player that, we're talking about Zion. Hope he's good. LeBron is someone, to me, that always seems like he's not happy or satisfied. He has to be relevant. He has to be in the mix. He has to have somebody ask him a question. He has to be
center of attention,
honored and center of attention all the time. And I just hope that when he's done playing, that he can find some peace. Like you got to be able to. I would hope people will be able to feel good about what they've done. It is not like, Golden State's in the finals. And he's like, I'm a billionaire. Like, you could have said that at any time. You know what I'm saying? Come on, LeBron. You over here with Lewis Hamilton on a boat? Come on, man. And then we just happen to catch this on video?
Yeah.
Come on, LeBron. And then yesterday, the post-game press conference of the All-Star game, he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I don't want to be out of the playoffs again for a second year in a row. And I'm telling my team, we got to come back and be ready to go. It's going to be the toughest 23 games of my career. And, I need to make the playoffs.
I feel him on that.
Then he's at the Super Bowl, and people start booing him. Why are people booing him at Phoenix at the Super Bowl? And then you put the crown on? Well, why you got to put the crown on? Why don't you let somebody else put the crown on? Then you on your HBO show, and you was like, yeah, at this point is when I knew I was the GOAT.
He was the guy. I was the GOAT, yep.
Yeah, why don't you let somebody else say you're the GOAT, LeBron? LeBron, find some peace, man.
I think he's chasing
unattainable, bro.
He will never be Michael Jordan.
Never. Let it go.
Like, you'll never, and it's like, if we really, the reason I say Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time is because of what he did in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
He accomplished more and quit twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why I say Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. For him to do what you guys have done and more in a short amount of time, and he quit. He ran 3, quit. I got tired of doing it, came back. Even when he came back in 95, he only played like half the season, right? He didn't play that many games that year either.
Playoffs that they got beat by Orlando.
And then went to the Eastern Conference Finals when he came back. You know what I mean?
Remember Nick Anderson said, well, 45 is not 23.
Exactly. And he came back and ran another 3 straight.
But not only did he leave the sport and come back, he changed his entire body to play baseball.
Baseball, right?
And it changed it back to play basketball.
Basketball. And they don't talk about that. Then came back at 38, giving people 40 points, 50. Come on, man.
Yeah, bro. In the All-Star game, dropping people off with the reverse fadeaway jump.
Oh, man.
Yeah, All-Star MVP.
Oh, man.
Man, Mike Jordan, bro. That's when I hear these comparisons, every time, man, I'm literally, when they say laughing or on the floor laughing out loud, every time I hear a comparison to somebody, Kobe mimicked him. Mm-hmm. LeBron put the 23 on, throwing chalk in there at the beginning of the games just like him.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
It's not the same, no, man.
Man, Mike Jordan. And I just like the fact that I was in Chicago and got to watch regular season games and how he created motivation for himself and just destroyed people in game 34, 52, 65, just short. And people also failed to realize that when in 96, 98, when they were winning, Jordan didn't play a lot of fourth quarter. LeBron is getting all he can out of the clock.
Mm-hmm. They don't understand that, though.
But let me ask you this question. I've asked some other people. Have you ever seen somebody in year 20 with the vigor that LeBron James has?
Nah. No. I mean, I would never take the greatness out of LeBron. You're great, bro. You're not the GOAT, but you are great. You're on the Mount Rushmore, right? I don't know who your Mount Rushmore would be, but I think you have to put Bron up there. So maybe not you. Maybe not you. Maybe not you.
LeBron at 11, right? You know.
I would put Bron on the Mount Rushmore. I would not take away from his skill set. I honestly believe physically, his physical talent, physical physique, you can drop him in any era and he would be great in any era, personally. No matter where you drop him.
How you think he performed against the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks back in the day? Physical ball.
How you
think he played against Rodman and Charles Oakley?
I think personally, I think against Oakley and against Rodman, it'd be a muscle game. And I think athletically, LeBron is superior. He's too fast for both of y'all. He's just as strong as both of y'all, and he's just as tall as both of y'all. But he can run faster, he's more agile, and he can jump higher than both of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like pick especially a young LeBron. We talk about Cavs, you know what I'm saying? 05, 06, 07, 04, like young Bron. I'm not even gonna say Miami. You're gonna have your hands full. He's too athletic.
The Miami LeBron was he was
It
special.
was different. Yeah, that's not even fair. That's not even fair.
He was special. He motivated, had his boys running with him. He was special.
Yeah.
Can't take that away from him. Very
Not
special.
at all.
Especially
Not
in
at
that
all.
finals where he just went off to get them back tied up and go to game 7.
Yeah.
Went off. So Connor, yeah, LeBron takes games off. I think that's the NBA today. There was a stat the other day given that Karl Malone played 82 games every year but 2. I mean, that no one's doing that now.
Nah.
No, just like you saw in the All-Star game, no one's really playing that game that is out there. No one's ripping a knee up or tearing something because they were in an All-Star game, trying to decent one up. The last person I saw D'ing people up was Kobe Bryant when he was blocking shots and everything, smacking LeBron stuff. People were looking like, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm out here playing the game."
Right. He's playing against the best. Come on with it.
Big John, LeBron got the record, then set out the whole fourth quarter.
Which was lame. That was so lame.
Well, he said he had a foot issue, but I don't know if that's real or not.
You all of a sudden got a foot issue. Oh, as soon as I break the record, my foot hurt.
And then you score exactly 38.
Just to get a little bit over. I think that was kind of cheap. But at the same time, your team should have made sure you won.
But now the next 23 is the most important of his life. I mean, that's the stuff about LeBron, man. It's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Funny. Pinks, speaking of MLB, are either of you picking up baseball cards before the season starts?
I'm not.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm not buying baseball right now. Honestly, I need to educate myself a little bit more on who to buy. But I'm not buying baseball right now. Honestly, I'm not too
it's one of
knowledgeable.
the biggest gambles, man. I mean, we all don't know how basketball or anything's gonna pay out. But I mean, I think of players who were supposed to ball last year, people were talking about it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a very difficult look at baseball, and we're talking about at least 15, 20-year career.
Mm-hmm.
This is very difficult. Pitchers, they can be legendary Hall of Famers, and cars are still cheap. And I mean, I don't know. It's hard. Miami, LeBron still lost 2 times. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, Big John. I'm just gonna give him man respect. It's not a Michael Jordan question for me.
No, I mean he lost 2 times, but do you understand he went against one of the greatest teams? Come on, bro. Let me stop. I'm not even finna get into a basketball.
I mean, San Antonio handled business.
You're talking about the starting 5 was all Hall of Famers.
So I mean,
what?
LeBron not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. I got him at 11, but Mike has about 2. Right? You got
no. He's moved into my top 5. If I'm just thinking about if I need someone to do everything on the court, and I'm thinking in a 7-game series, if we're in the playoffs and I'm trying to get a ring, if I would have him, if he isn't in my starting 5, he's my 6th man.
Okay. I respect it.
So
I'm just 5 below you.
No, I get you, but I feel like coming off the bench, who's gonna stop him?
It's true. Who'd you rather have if you had the last pick? If you were picking an All-Star game, and you had the last pick, and it's Kobe Bryant sitting there, and it's LeBron James sitting there.
Bron.
I'm picking Kobe.
I'm bringing Bron. I already got Mike, so I'm bringing Bron. I'm bringing Bron.
We talk about this all the time. What's the biggest shot? Kyrie over Steph or Ray Allen in the corner over Tony Parker?
Kyrie.
Really? I say Ray Allen saved LeBron's career.
Man, no. Let me show you these cards, brother. Kyrie, Uncle Drew and him, man. You see what I'm saying? Uncle Drew. Because LeBron said, young boy, it's your turn.
Without that shot, Kyrie's whole career is different, right?
You said what?
Without that one shot, Kyrie's whole career is different.
Same thing about Ray.
Oh, no, Ray was going to win, do his thing with Boston, and go and do his thing. He saved LeBron, because LeBron now will have 3 rings.
Agree. I get you with that.
And he also changed the trajectory. Kawhi will have 3 rings. Tim Duncan will have 6.
True.
That shot was huge to me. People say, "Hey, well, Kyrie took one away from Clay, Draymond, Steph." I get that, but is this something? Why would Chris Bosh throw that ball to Ray Allen?
Because he know he's the best shooter that was on the floor.
But when you look at his head, it looked like he didn't. How do you even know that dude was standing over there? He didn't even turn his head until he threw the ball.
I mean,
it's almost like he tapped out by Vlade. Why would Vlade tap that ball to Robert Horry? It's just one.
He knew he was there.
Yeah, but Vlade was just trying to get the ball out, and Bob Horry called it.
He called it, and that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. Just interesting. But Ray Allen put that thing up with a jump. When he landed, he was well inside the 3-point line.
Yeah. But I think the way that Kyrie and LeBron were playing that finals and just the comeback, you understand what I'm saying? To come back down 3-1. And that's how you lose Curry. And that's why sometimes I feel like, I think Stephen Curry is great, but it's like at the end of the day, bro, you were always going to be a defensive liability. You know what I mean? Like this.
Like one versus Boston now.
You say what?
He played better defense than Marcus Smart, who's defense player of the year.
And I give you on that. I give you on that. But we taking one series out of what? How many times you been to the finals?
But you were just talking about one series.
But that's the only time he's been in the finals. And what'd he do?
What was saying?
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying on a consistent basis, no one in the final, like Curry has always been a defensive liability in the finals besides the last one.
Okay.
Besides the last one.
It's interesting. Let's see what happens this year.
Well, I'm curious. When he comes back from injury, I'm curious.
I think he's going to be shooting his. I mean, I think I really believe that Steph, when he comes back, is going to be putting up crazy numbers in the playoffs. I think he's going to be putting up some crazy numbers in the playoffs. If we all thought Luka was, this dude's about to. What is he holding back for, bro? What is he waiting on? I mean,
you gotta let it loose. Yeah, and he got his right hand man going crazy too. Like I said,
Clay is snapping right now.
So you gonna have to.
I think this team wants to get in the playoffs.
Right.
They want to be a top 6 seed.
Right.
We'll see if they get there. And I don't think they're showing us everything. So I'm telling you, it looks like Jordan Poole comes out some nights just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like he's not trying to overexert himself, not trying to do too much.
Like he's saving himself.
Yeah, Draymond also some nights are just going through the motions. It's almost like they pick 1 or 2 people to be assertive, and then kind of draw back. Wiggins is hurt like every other week. Is he really hurt?
A little low management.
Something going down, but I think when they get to the playoffs, you're going to see a starting 5 that you very rarely saw during the season, and these guys are going to be on the move. But we'll see.
We're going to see.
In all fairness, Dallas did. Yeah, the Clippers did a terrible job giving Luka help.
Who else would you have liked?
Would you want to play? I'm just going to be for real. Would you want to go play with somebody that's just holding the ball? Let's be
play with James.
Yeah, if his name is Luka or whatever. Just
I can't say that when Luka's averaging almost 10 assists a game. So he's not just holding the ball.
Oh, he's holding the ball,
bro. But at the same time, my thing is this: who does he really have to pass it to now?
So let's say I hold the ball for 20 seconds and I throw it to Mike for the jump at the other shot. That's an assist, right?
It is, yeah.
That's Luka.
That's James Harden.
Yeah, that's James Harden. Yeah. There's a lot of people in the NBA today that play this ISO ball.
Yeah, I feel you.
That hold a rock. It used to be like this. Yeah. Even with the Bulls and the triangle, that ball was moving.
Yeah.
That's why Golden State sent one player to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
They're not into this. How am I doing?
Yeah.
It's about the team, bro, and that's different today. Yeah. Today you got these guys holding the rock and clearing out, and I don't know how many times I see this during the game. Like, just let me have this. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I said, oh, Kobe, that means get the hell out of the way. Yeah.
Move. Everybody move.
Yeah, move. That's today's NBA. Collector Dream. What's up? Good to have
What's
you.
going on?
Kobe held the rock.
Yeah,
No.
Kobe
didn't play like Luka. That wasn't.
It's times Kobe ain't passed that ball at all.
Yeah, at times he didn't pass it, but when they start winning, when he got Odom and you got Paul Gasol in the house,
he had to. But you had people to pass it to. You had people to run that offense with. Like those are to. I don't know if they're Hall of Famers. I think Powell's a Hall of Famer. I don't know about Lamar.
I think Powell's going in this year.
He is. Yeah, Powell first ballot.
Yeah,
not a question. First
I
ballot.
think Odom would be in the Hall of Fame this year.
Hopefully, because he was a beast.
Yeah, they're disrespecting him if that doesn't
put him. Yeah,
Odom was very, very different. Could have been even more. And these are the things I talk about, man. It's about the overall person and player.
Right.
Odom, all kind of stuff going on with Odom that he's opened up more about now than when he was a player. And it was good that Kobe realized some things and was there to spend some time with him.
Right.
They talk about a lot of stuff. Cornelius Gross. I'm not saying Luka isn't a good player, but before you crown a player, let him have some accomplishments. I'm telling you, LeBron James changed the game on that. 18 years old, he was the chosen one, he was the king. And that will be in most of the league now. Ja hasn't done anything. Ja has been most improved player. He hasn't done anything, been out the playoffs. This year's gonna get up out the playoffs. They're gonna grease door frames and get him up out the playoffs. Huh?
I mean, but you still can't take. I understand the accomplishments, but you can't sit here and say Luka's not great. Luka is a great basketball. If you were a basketball player and you had his skill set, you would not be upset, bro.
No, I don't disagree, but I just don't. We also talk about players, and they haven't done much. Luka last year put something on his resume where he went deeper into the playoffs.
Into the playoffs, yeah. Respect.
He put something on his resume showing people I'm trying to take steps.
Right.
Before that, he hadn't done too much.
With no help.
Yeah, I mean, he had Porzingis at one point. He had old Dirk at one point. I mean,
Porzingis?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Porzingis was trash. Is he even in the league now?
Yeah, he says like, yeah.
Who?
He had a good game the other day. Washington Wizards. Plays with Bradley Beal.
You on the second worst team in the league, man.
I mean, Bradley Beal's on that team.
That's
the
a waste of
right now,
talent.
bro. The Wizards right now, 9th seed. They almost in that thing.
Almost don't count. Trash.
Bro, they're 28-30. They're almost the same record as Golden State Warriors, man.
28-30.
This is my thing. You look at the Washington Wizards, you look at the Golden State Warriors. Do you think same team?
Nah. But I think also they have harder teams to face in the West, and you don't have your star.
I agree.
And then like you said, Wiggins is consistently hurt. It's a lot of factors. It's a lot. They would not. The Warriors would not be that low if everybody was healthy.
I agree.
Yeah. So it's.
I think it's all about getting everybody healthy.
Right.
NBA is making Ja to be a villain. No, Ja is making Ja be a villain. Man.
I mean, he's been a knucklehead.
I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's been a knucklehead.
Doing, man?
You trying to be tough. You trying to be like the rappers. You know what I mean?
This is what I don't understand, Mike. And let's talk about this. Why do people try to be tough?
Because they're not.
But I think only certain people see that. I've had some people tell me, man, people better stop playing with Ja, man. He gonna show them what's up. Like Ja's not showing anybody what's up.
He not. Man, come on, bro. You 175 pounds, boy. You go against the right person, bro. It's over.
Dude, I've been around some people. We have all been around some people that don't say much, ain't bumping gums at all. You wouldn't even know they were upset or had a problem with something.
Yeah, but they about that action.
They about that ACT out.
They about that action.
So when I see somebody doing this, and then people standing in front of them, and then with the Shannon Sharp thing, he's like playing in his hair while Shannon's talking to him. Man, bro, you're talented.
Yeah, just take it, man. You're in the NBA, bro.
I would take T Morant, put him up in a box. You go do whatever you want to do in that box, bro. Cameras are off of you. You're going to handle your business. It's like LeBron at one point took his mom out of the stands
and put it in the box.
Put her in the box, especially against that series against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Put her in the box. You see her now. The PR people probably stepped in. You see a certain image of his mom. That's over with. And then John just needs to come out here and play basketball.
Exactly.
And then excel at that. You have what are you distracted by?
But you young though too. You talking about these kids, man. 21, 22, 23 kids. And obviously his daddy not doing what he's supposed to do, giving him the guidance that he needs.
Bro, you see T at every game is
ignorant.
I mean, he looks like he's been drinking 3-4 hours before the game. He's walking around with these sunglasses on in a
typical activity. Let me say that.
That's what he put it. I got to pull that one. Typical activity.
Typical,
which is not hard to do. I tell people all the time. There are certain things very easy to do, man. Both of us could be on here on some typical stuff. We could be doing whatever, saying whatever, representing.
But it's you gotta know when you have an opportunity to change, man. Like you just signed.
I came from private school, and I went to college. So I was at a school where, and I'll even say this: there are people that I've known that joined fraternities and sororities that changed. There was some guys I knew that joined organizations that went to private schools in Kansas City and St. Louis, and now they're thugs. Thugs.
Right.
Seriously, air quotes. Seriously.
Right.
Like I'm a freshman. I'm like, come on, man. This is not, you're not, and it's the same thing anybody would say to Jock. You're not that person. Anybody with their head screwed on right can see that you're not that person. Why you want to be that person?
Yeah. You're trying to be tough.
Because you joined the organization or because you star basketball player, football player, whichever it is, like, it says something about a person when you can reach success. I've always thought this, but you know who you are,
right?
And
he's smelling himself.
Not different.
He's smelling himself.
But typically, and I wish no ill will on a young man, it ends up catching up with you. It ends up you get distracted. Let me say, you're not in the gym putting up these jump shots. You over here, and I noticed because I watched the tape several times with Shannon Sharp that. When Shannon got up, there were some guys to his left. It was 2 or 3 guys that got up. And as Shannon was talking to T, these guys followed Shannon down the baseline and were talking to Shannon, but Shannon never turned around. These must be people that Ja and T know.
Right.
That are sitting at games. Like I've seen Memphis games where guys are sitting with jewelry and just like boatloads of money planned out during the game.
Yeah, ignorant stuff.
Who are these guys?
Right.
And this whole situation with the beam shine in Indianapolis at someone, Josh says it didn't happen. Many people give testimony that there was a beam shot at people. One of Ja's entourage people was banned from games for a year. Why is all this following you? There are many people that attend games. Mike, if you and I were in the league, we're gonna have some of our boys there. We're gonna have some of our people there. Wouldn't follow me.
No.
There are gonna be certain people sitting here. And if those people were to, as we say, get out of pocket or have something going on, then I'm gonna talk to them.
Right.
I just don't understand why it's not you, but it keeps becoming you.
But I think also too, I wouldn't have nobody that's gonna be on that kind of behavior anyway. Not in my job.
Never.
Not, like you just signed an extension for 200 and something million, boy. You finna lose all that playing around. Come on, guys.
I'm not messing around.
Come on, man.
I don't get it, man.
Me?
Is Ja that guy on 8 Mile when he lost the battle? That's fun. I saw that on Instagram. he was Papa Dog. You remember Papa Dog? And everybody else was saying Papa Dog was from a private school and from a household with 2 parents, and he's kind of that guy.
Trying to be tough.
I don't get it. They were Giles' childhood friends. They banned from courtside. Yeah, I don't get it. Giles, the younger generation, that's how they act. That's not how all. I don't like to get into a sweep of statements. That's not how all
Nah,
that generation acts. That's not.
nah. That's one individual. It's an isolated incident.
Connor. People say this, right? Do you know how this went down?
Gilbert Arenas was about the action.
He really wasn't. He really wasn't about that action.
Yeah,
The guy he was talking to
was about that action.
was truly about that action. And Gilbert Arenas got caught talking to someone in a particular way that he didn't know who that guy was.
Right.
Please know the story, because Gilbert Arenas almost had a problem.
Gilbert was a dog though too. I give him much respect.
Oh well, he used to battle LeBron every time they played.
Yeah, he was a sleeper, man. Gilbert was definitely a dog. He was a dog.
He really was. It would be interesting with the injuries that he had if he didn't have them.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about a guard who could shoot, defend. I don't know what he couldn't do if he wanted to do it.
Facts. And he was a big guard too.
Yeah,
he was a big guard.
Yeah. I'm still upset. Pop took Duncan out for that play. Duncan should have. Yeah, Duncan should have.
Six.
Pop got caught, but some people get caught.
They ran it back and got it.
Peep says, you know who's funny and cool off the court? Ant. Talking about the Ant. Yeah, he's cool. He was rocking some Kevin Garnett the other day. So he talks to Kevin Garnett pretty regularly.
I like Ant, man. I like his demeanor. Even around the city, like, I know some people that know him personally. Like, Ant seems like a solid dude.
Yeah, he seems pretty decent.
Yeah, seems like a solid dude.
Seems pretty decent.
He ain't on no tough man stuff. So you want to talk about somebody that's really from that life and really, like, Ant really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know where Ant from in Atlanta. Like, Ant really from that. You know what I mean? So, but his demeanor is cool and chill.
In my days on Earth, I just feel like the people who are from around certain situations, you don't hear them talking about certain situations or trying to represent something. You don't see that. People like like I said, you talking to a person who is not about any kind of arguments is probably someone you need to just keep it moving on.
Right.
I just don't, I don't understand certain things in life. Probably never will, but I don't get it. Should the NBA just get rid of the All-Star game? Did you watch that thing yesterday?
I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole game. I just watched the highlights.
Not good, man.
What do you think about the dunk contest?
Oh, I think if the guy who won it, if he wasn't in it,
trash, right?
It would have been very average.
Yeah, even last year I felt like it was very.
Oh, last year was trash. Last year was the bottom of a 52-gallon container. When Cole Anthony went and got those Timberlands and almost destroyed them, everybody knows you ain't dunking the Timberland.
Nah, man, you
I said when he came out, like, did he do something to the surface to make sure he's good?
Right.
And he called his father out on that. It almost
destroyed.
It's like,
the crazy part is like, bro, you're not even a high flyer like that.
Don't you know your skill set, bro?
Yeah.
And like this year, we could talk about Julius Randle.
Trash. I don't know why he was in a 3-point contest. I don't know why he was in a 3-point contest, bro.
Because he thinks he's a shooting guard. He wants to be a shooting guard, man.
No, one, your skill set ain't that, and 2, you can't shoot.
I was surprised that LeBron picked him and left the Joker and Embiid still sitting there.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then LeBron got
that's probably like a personal. That's probably like that's his man. You know what I mean? He's like, I
got him all the time when they play together. Got him up out of there. I never understand some of these things, man.
Nah,
they were talking to Randall before the game, and he was like, "Yeah, I like to play with LeBron. It'd be good to play with him again in this game." Like, he got you out of time.
ASAP.
You, Ingram, Ball, all these dudes right up out of time.
Gotta slide.
Cal Kuzma, gotta go. Do you think KD move to Phoenix makes them the favorites? No.
Nah, we said that earlier. Nah.
What these teams do, in my humble opinion, is that they bring people in to make people watch, and
It's
sell tickets and jerseys, and they
business.
and it keeps some buzz going, and people fall prey to that.
Yeah.
People are like, man, Phoenix about to win a championship. No, they're not. You've seen this in the past. You saw the Lakers bring in Gary Payton, Karl Malone with Kobe and Shaq. What happened with that?
Nothing.
Detroit Pistons won a championship with no Hall of Famer.
Facts. You don't think Chauncey's a Hall of Famer?
I think he should be, but he's not yet.
Rasheed was on that team too, right?
Yep, Rasheed should be too.
You don't think Ben Wallace? Ben Wallace not a Hall of Famer?
Rip should be. They were talking to
Rip.
And Rip said when they brought in he knew they had something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those guys should be. Well, you know that one All-Star game, they were 4 to 5 starters.
Right.
Yeah, those guys should be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
Who are our favorites to win the championship?
NBA, I guess. NBA.
Mike, you already said Milwaukee. Right?
Clippers. I think Milwaukee will do it, but I think it'll be Clippers, Milwaukee.
You're big on the Clippers, huh?
In a 7-game series, yep.
But you think Kawhi's gonna get through 21 games in the playoffs?
I'm hoping. I bought a Kawhi this weekend too.
Oh, I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he can. I don't want to see what Kawhi's doing next season.
Okay.
I just don't know if he can make it through a rigorous, because Paul George can't do it by himself.
No. And I think definitely having my boy, not my boy, but having Russell there definitely is an addition. I think it takes the load off of him a little bit, because I know his motor, his self, that's like a guarantee, probably 10 points a night, guaranteed 10 to 15. So it takes the load off a little bit, and y'all got somebody that can run the offense. I'm not gonna say he's the best point guard, but I think he's a better point guard than PG, Kawhi, and Reggie. I know Reggie's gone now, but I think I like him as a point guard now, instead of Reggie personally.
Did anybody pick up Reggie?
I don't know.
He was supposed to go a couple plays. I haven't heard anything else about him.
No, like he comes to the Bulls, come off the bench for us.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah, coming off the bench.
Yeah, doesn't get any respect.
Yeah.
What's another question here? Oh, someone said Ron Artest and Stephen Jackson. Yeah, Ron Artest and Stephen Jackson. I think this was about legends, but also not to be played with, probably.
Nah, about that action boss.
And I think when the Malice in the Palace kicked off, about every 2 months I watch that video.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I'm not playing with you. And I learned something every time. You just got. What's the last time you watched that?
I think it was I saw something about either about the Pacers or about Reggie Miller about that last year, because that was his last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they really were supposed to win it all, like go to the finals. But then that happened. I think they all got suspended and all of that by the end of the year. I think Steven Jackson and Ron was the entire season. I think they got the whole season. So but that's the last time I saw it.
Every time I watch that video, man, I see something new in that video. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's just.
How you feel about that, though?
I've always said, even when I play ball and when I've watched certain things, there has historically been an invisible barrier between the audience and the players.
Right.
When that person threw that drink, they smashed that wall.
Yeah.
And you threw it at someone who was already worked up and had no problems in getting up off the table and marching into the audience. And I joke with some people. Maybe it's not a joke, but the reach of Steven Jackson and Ron Artest. You think you're getting away, or you think you're on the move, and you're in full connection length. I just think I think it really shows some people who may look at players a certain way that you need to stay in the stands and let us out here be on the court, and let's not cross that line.
Right.
Because it could happen. Even in today's game, you've seen some stuff that it could escalate. I still remember when Marcus Smart was in college and a fan under the rim called him out of his name, said something pretty derogatory. Marcus Smart went into the stands. This was in college basketball. And asked the guy, can you repeat what you just said? So it's just, and I've been at games personally, man, while I'm playing and people are saying all kind of wild stuff. So we used to have a program that you could flip through, Mike. It might be a write-up about you, your high school coach, who your parents are. Somebody would always pick mama's name and have some things to say about mom. And they used to go down the roster and just shout out. So like one time we had a game in North Dakota. It was a playoff game, and it was very, very cold outside. And people are shouting stuff about people's mamas, man.
That's
crazy.
But that's fans. But it's like that's fans, right? Like that's fans. It's not right, but like that's sports. That's the aspect of sports when you're dealing with fans. Especially when you're talking about college, you're talking about high school, especially if you're talking about you're like a good team or a good player and you're playing against rivals like that, it's not right, but that's an aspect of the game.
Well, when you take a cup of water, you throw it on someone, a beer.
That's extra.
It could kick something off.
100%.
Maybe it shouldn't, but people are human beings. And I think the more you look down, talk down to people and direct something, throw something. Like I know USC and UCLA play out here, and USC throws batteries. They'll take AA batteries and throw them at UCLA people. Now, bro, you ever been hit by a battery?
Nah, but I know it's gonna hurt, especially the velocity that you're throwing it at.
So that kind of stuff could erupt something. We still think that even though we're penetrating the wall with something, an invisible wall, we think that something is not coming back at us. But I'm telling you, I watch the Mouse and the Palace at least every 2 months almost, and I noticed something different in the video. Last time I watched it was how these guys were trying to get away, and Steven Jackson was up there almost before Ron Artest.
Yeah, throwing hands,
throwing serious straight shots. These were not like just wild punches. Like it was like serious straight shots at people, and people were catching all that pump.
That's facts.
The Reverend, if Shaq had connected on Barkley punch, Barkley would have been done. Yeah, he would have been done. If Shaq had connected on who's the center for the Bulls? Shaq swung on.
Brad Miller.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. If he had connected on Miller, it's like that. Might be broke all eye socket, could be all kind of problem. You got a big man like that swinging. Luckily, Shaq doesn't know how to throw a punch.
Right.
Or didn't at that time.
Probably does now, but yeah. If he would have connected, everything broke.
I think people fail to realize most big guys don't no one really comes at them.
No.
So I mean your skills, your blade is pretty, as we say, you keep your knife sharp on things. Probably pretty dull. So right. Luckily Shaq couldn't throw them hands because Cornelius Gross. I really hope D Rose go to the Bucks for buyout. The Knicks are just wasting this money. When they brought in,
I like this guy. Who is this guy? Cornelius Gross. Yeah. You're my friend. I like it.
When they brought in Brunson, there was no room for
Chi-Town.
No room for him. So
hopefully, but like that, him going to the Bucks.
Crowder's over there now too.
Come on, man. All I'm asking is give Derrick Rose a chance, man. Just give him a chance. Give him 20 minutes, 25 minutes a night. Get a man a chance, man. Like he can be so valuable on someone else's team, but you got to get a man a chance. You got to.
I don't disagree. Connor says Boston Suns finals, but Connor, I don't see either team being there.
Nah, I'll put money on it. Is he a betting man? Are you a betting man, Connor?
You gotta let us know if the dollars are gonna go behind them.
But I got $100. They say they don't.
Both teams have a remote watching.
Yeah, they don't have enough.
Loco, people trying to unload their wives with FD before he wises up. just so people know, and I think I've told some people this, I keep all clips. I got a little folder. I take all comments, and I just
Keep
slide.
receipts.
I just slide them right in, bro. I don't say much.
Keep receipts.
Slide them right in.
Ain't that what a Gary Vee said?
This is what I always tell people, right? I know people look at me as like a content creator. I don't even think I'm that. People look at me as an influencer. I'm definitely not that. People look at me as a guy who whatever, right? But I always tell people this, man. I played enough sports, grew up on the south side of Chicago. You can't. I'm not a person one can talk trash to. It doesn't even faze me. People can say whatever they want to say. You can talk about Wise. Doesn't. If no one is more critical of Wiseman than me.
Right.
It doesn't even faze me. Probably anything else anybody want to talk about. Doesn't even people talk about, like, I remember before LeBron broke the record, people would talk about LeBron's the GOAT. When I first moved to LA, people would say that Kobe was the GOAT. Doesn't even faze me, man.
No. But I get it. Like, people in LA, you got to be biased. Kobe is their Jordan. I get it 110%.
Well, I get it. But at the end of the day, I always say, let's talk factual and actual.
Right.
Let's take the emotion out. Let's take the fandom out, because a fanatic is a fan.
Right.
Right. Let's get down to the factuals and the actuals. Let's get in the stadium, and let's not be in the parking lot.
Exactly.
That's where the games play, right? It's in the stadium.
Right.
I could be outside, tailgate.
You're trying to be inside.
I'm trying to be inside, bro. I'm gonna be in my seat. I'm gonna see these baskets and these home runs. That's where I'm at. So I actually love comments like, let me find this again. I love comments like this. I love them. Man, I tell a story all the time. We went to a game in college, and we pull up, and the stadium was like on this side, and we pull up in this driveway for buses and all that. And there was a dorm on this side, and the dorm probably had to have a bigger dorm than we ever had at school. Had to be like 12, 15 floors. So there's some guys out on the balcony just yelling all kinds of stuff. And y'all, just any word you could think of, P word, F word, y'all getting handled today, you suckers. We gonna show y'all, and y'all some blimey beeps and this, that, and the other. And I remember walking by my coach, and I started looking up, because I love telling y'all just don't know. I love trash talking.
It's the energy.
I love it. It makes me smile, right? It makes me feel good. They started talking. I kind of looked up. He was like, "Don't even look up." But the game went into overtime. And in overtime, they called a 29, which was a pull and play. I played guard, which was a pull and play for me. And the coach just wanted to line up the ball for a field goal so that we could win, right? I wanted to score that time. So when they called the 29, we're all tired, bro. We had a running back that won the Harlan Hill, which is the Division II Heisman. We're all tired. We used to run the ball 40, almost 50 something times a game. Only threw
Old
it
school
like
ball.
Yeah, only threw it like maybe 18, 60 something plays.
You got a workhorse back there.
Yeah, bro. So when he called the 29, I'm thinking about those guys on that balcony. I love that stuff, man.
That's what it's about, though. That's what it's about.
Yeah, everybody who jumps on Wiseman, keep jumping on Wiseman. The Reverend Reps, Steven Jackson from my hood in Port Arthur. He really,
PA.
Yeah.
Shout out UGK.
And look how much Steven Jackson has done. If you'd have told me when he was a player that him and Barnes would get together and do that, they both played in Golden State.
Yeah.
And come on, these guys probably I watch a lot of podcasts. They probably give the most realistic take of sports, mixed with a commentary of life, pop culture, music, to anybody out that I can. And I think a lot of knuckleheads too.
Yeah.
But, those two guys do a lot.
Yeah.
And Steven Jackson even talk about when he feels like somebody's trying to get him off of the square to ruin his opportunity and make him act. He's not about that. Too smart for that.
But you got to think about they grown now.
Yeah.
They got to be, what, 40, 45s?
Yeah, bro. They're not a little bit younger than me.
Yeah, they older.
And soon they're gonna start pulling people up.
Yeah.
See them making moves.
Derrick Rose headed to the Hall. Of course, Derrick Rose Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it's not even a question.
Without question.
No question.
Oh wow, Dexwell says he's watched to be a Philippines fan. Really?
Who said that?
Dexwell. Have you seen Derrick Rose, Dexwell? You been watching Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, come on, man. Like I said, he ain't really playing, but when he is, yeah, I watch it. I'm a Derrick Rose fan. I don't care. Like I just said, man. If he was on a 6-man on anyone's team, man, he's going to be beneficial. Like the gentleman just said, I hope he gets the buyout and then he goes to the Bucks. That would be a perfect situation for Derrick Rose. Perfect.
It would be. Our local says I think the Warriors were more critical of Wiseman. We'll see. Dexflow, Wiseman makes Marvin Bagley look like Tim Duncan.
I don't know about that, but okay.
I don't know either. I'd like to see Derrick Rose in one more meaningful playoff series.
All day, and he gonna win it.
You may see that.
I hope so, man.
Draymond was crying in a car park to Durant. Yeah, this is.
When you're trying to get him to come over.
This is a story that people have talked about. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they got rings. At the end of the day, they got rings. So
all I can say on this story is that I was not there.
Right.
And if I was sitting next to Draymond, I could tell you the story.
I wasn't there.
I don't know what they talked about.
They got rings though.
They got 2 rings out of the situation, and
so whatever they talked about worked.
Yeah, it really worked. I mean, whenever I see an old clip, I'm like, was Kevin Durant? I look at some old finals sometimes. I'm like, was Kevin Durant on? Oh yeah, Kevin Durant. Yeah, they won that series. So doesn't really matter. The Reverend in football, Brady, basketball, MJ, golf, Tiger, tennis, Serena. The talk should be who is number 2. Yeah,
well, football. I'll keep my opinion out of that, but okay.
What are you saying, football?
Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time. But
you think so?
Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time.
You saying that, Mike, like there's no question.
Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time. Number 18. All right.
Who won more head to head? Brady or Peyton?
Brady had a better team. Can we agree? You're a football guy, right?
I mean,
on both sides of the ball, did Brady not have a better defense? Was Brady going up? Was Brady when they were playing head to head? Was Brady going up a harder defense than Peyton Manning was?
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots had a defense.
So, I mean, I can put up all the points I can, but y'all got to stop them.
So, where you putting Brady at? You saying Peyton Manning's number 1, Brady's number
2? Let me ask you. You a football guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the rings out, right? Because to get a ring is a team. It's a team aspect, right? Defense and offense. If you're a GM and you got Brady and you got Peyton, who are you picking?
If I'm a GM, I'm picking Peyton Manning. He came out higher. He produced more consistently in college. That's what I'm looking at. But if I want to talk about dog and real ability and throwing a ball against anybody you want to name, any Hall of Fame corner you want to name, it's Tom Brady. And putting the ball on the dot. On the dot.
Peyton, okay. Peyton wasn't putting on the dot?
I mean, he was.
Peyton's not one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time.
Well, for a shorter period of time. Oh, yeah. Because when he went to the Broncos, bro, when we talk about shell of himself.
Oh, you're talking about after his neck was broken, he threw 55 touchdowns. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, threw a lot of slants.
Is that what we're talking about?
Threw a lot of slants.
I feel you, but I'm just saying after a broke neck.
Yeah, but we all know that I could throw a ball and ensure that it's a touchdown or it's a first down.
I got you. Well, after a broke neck coming back, throwing for the most yards and the most touchdowns.
When he became Luke with the black glove.
I get you. But he was an old man by then. It was over by then. I understand.
Appreciate it.
But the Colts gave up on me, and I won a ring after they gave up on me, right?
Oh, so did the Patriots. They gave up on TB. TB said, "You know what? Let me holler at you right quick." I mean, holla at you. With some boys that famous James couldn't take anywhere, couldn't take off the street.
And I agree. I agree with that.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh yeah. Throwing darts.
But let's your number one is Brady. My number one is Peyton.
You know, Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer because of Brady right now, right?
I give you that.
Yeah. And Brady has turned Randy Moss's career around. Did a bunch. Yeah.
I agree. I don't take nothing away from Tom.
Both of these guys we're talking about, though, are legendary quarterbacks.
I'd just rather have Peyton.
I respect it. Loco says trash talking is the best. It makes the game exciting. Even in the hobby, man. Even in the hobby.
Of course. Yeah.
Because please don't think this hobby is any different than being out there on that field.
No, it's the same.
Because
same
Mike knows just like me. I walk a show, I hear a bunch, all different types of stuff about different types of things.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Hear all kinds of stuff.
Agree.
Heard stuff about Trey Young at the beginning of the season. At shows, heard stuff about Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Heard stuff about Trey Lance.
So let's talk football a quick second.
Yeah.
What do you think about Trey Lance now with the injuries in San Francisco?
I think the same thing I thought about when he first got named starter.
Excuse me.
Doesn't have the arm strength to play in that system.
Mm.
He's a runner first.
Right.
And that's when he got nailed. When he was trying to run. That doesn't work in that system, man.
No.
You need to change everything San Fran is doing. But most people can't see this. You got to change everything they're doing to have a running quarterback. I was thinking of Jackson from Baltimore. If Jackson from Baltimore came to the 49ers, he's an enhancement over Trey Lance. You still have to change what you all are doing to make that work.
How you feel about Fields and the Bears?
I can't even evaluate him still because he's running for his life.
Yeah.
There's people saying right now you should trade him to get C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. No, man.
No.
Give that dude some talent. Don't take the easy route. Don't trade him because you made a mistake on not putting talent around him. Put some talent around him, man.
Put a line in front of him.
Put a line in front of him. Support him. Give him a receiver. Who is his top? Who's a WR1?
Nobody.
It's Casper the Friendly Ghost. So you go over here, you go get Claypool, and what did he do when he came over?
Nothing.
0. So get a man some talent, and then I think I believe a lot in him. That gives him talent.
Yeah. I think so too.
Just like I'm prospecting on Wiseman, I know several people that have a Fields card collection waiting for him to get some talent.
Yeah, I just redeemed my redemption. I'm at my mom's house right now, and I had a few redemptions that I had bought from the Nationals and the last Spectacular show. And when I came home, they was sitting right there on my nightstand in my mom's house, and I scratched them off and redeemed them. So I think I don't want to give the secret out, but I think a lot of people that anyone that asked me this offseason, last year I was buying Josh Allen kind of heavy because I really was believing in Josh Allen. But I think Fields, I think what I was thinking about Jalen Hurts 2 years ago, I think they're, the Bears are going to get there. And I got another question for you too. How do you feel about the Bears leaving Chicago? Because they got a new stadium. I forgot where they're building it, but it's in a suburb up north, like Barrington or something like that.
Arlington Heights.
Was it Arlington Heights they're building it?
It's all good. You can't be in Soldier Field forever. You can't be in the Park District football field forever. It's really owned by the Park District.
Right.
And that's a fact that a lot of people don't even think about. So you can't be in that. You got to get your stadium to a place where you can have a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring some other events in. That's what you got to do. And a lot of times the Bears are trying to wait right there to bring like another World Cup or the Olympics to Chicago. I think they just said we got to go for what we know, what's good for us.
Right.
So we got to get a state of the art. Everybody, if you're a major team, you got to have a state of the art stadium. So you got to get that done.
I just like how it was like actually off the lake.
Also do I. But the 49ers, you ever go to Candlestick?
No, I've never been there.
So I went to Candlestick the last game that the Bears played there. I left the game in the third quarter. There was one streak that kind of took you to Candlestick. I left the game at the end of the third quarter, Mike. I didn't leave that parking lot to 45 minutes after the game was over. That was Candlestick. It was a Monday Night Football game. That thing was horrible. Right? So the 49ers had to move somewhere else and go down the road for 40, 35 minutes to a real stadium, Levi Stadium, and play. So the Bears got to do the same thing. You can't keep playing in that shell.
I get you on that. I just wish they would have possibly maybe just kept it on a lake somewhere. I just like that aspect of it, right? I love it. And then it's like literally right off the, like how you were, saying about with Candlestick, like literally it's off the expressway. Like it's not hard to get in and out. I mean, obviously there's tons of people when the game is over, but like how you had the issue, if you leave at the third quarter at Soldier Field, it's not going to take you 45 minutes to get to the expressway. Like you're going to get right there. You know what I mean? So
that is the advantage. It's right down in downtown Chicago, but
right there where McCormick plays.
Got to give up some time.
Yeah.
So why is Magic Johnson never put in a GOAT discussion? He is for greatest point guard of all time.
I mean, top 5 point guard. I'll say that all time.
Who's number 1?
You know what I'm gonna say?
I say John Stockton.
If we're talking pure point guard, it's John Stockton. Right? If I'm going to be biased in his prime, I don't think anybody could stay in front of Derrick Rose. Period.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can stay in front, and if he's jumping, you definitely not doing nothing about that.
I agree.
So
this time frame short.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's like
Derrick Rose at his prime.
That MVP season.
I was messing with that.
Nobody. None of y'all are fast enough. Fast enough, good enough, strong enough. What Stacey King used to say? He's too fast, too strong, too good.
Have you seen Stacey King lately? Commentator?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched any Bulls games in a minute, but I feel like last time I did, I heard his voice.
Yeah, he does a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from Red Kerr. Started with Red Kerr.
Yeah.
He's
a legend.
Local car collector. I got a chance to meet GetItNFlipIt at the Burbank show. It was a pleasure. Next time I want to see that Derrick Rose collection.
Oh, you got to come to the house.
Blame him.
I hope, man. I hope he gets a ring before he calls it quits. I think that'd be everything. The MVP, Rookie of the Year, ring. You got it all, bro. Like, if anyone.
Shaq and Kobe hooked up Mitch Richmond back in the day.
Exactly. Just boom, solidify, Hall of Famer, no questions at this point. But he deserves a ring, man. Like I still feel some kind of way about Tom Thibodeau and that front office of Paxton. Like y'all didn't get this man no help.
Paxton
I've always said
it. Job.
Never. And Tom Thibodeau, Tom Thibodeau never should have been a head coach. Never should have been a head coach. Never. Never. Only reason you got it is because you won a ring the year before Derrick got in there. That's the only reason why you got the head, and it came up as a position. Like he never should have been a head coach, but it is what it is.
He was an assistant with the Knicks. I watch old stuff. Jordan's first game with the Washington Wizards, they played the Knicks. Thibodeau was an assistant under Van Gundy.
Yeah.
I found that interesting. Collector's dream. I'm a Heat fan. Any chance Kevin Love edition can help? I don't think so.
Yeah, you
think so?
Really? Yeah, with Bam. Oh yeah, with Bam. Just sit out there and shoot threes, baby. That's what I need you to do. Bam got the inside. I need you to sit out there at 7 feet tall and shoot these threes, just like you was doing in Minnesota.
Let's look up some data.
Okay.
Get some facts on Kevin Love. I don't know too much about him. Not recently. Like, what is he shooting? What is he doing?
I think he's still shooting at a high clip from the three. That corner three has always been his three.
Oh, let me.
But
check.
You tell me.
I will believe it because Kevin Love can shoot.
Yeah.
I don't see a number.
I mean, I'm thinking probably anywhere between 34, 36% from the three, maybe more. I could be wrong.
Let's see here.
Let me see if I'm right. Let me see if my numbers are right.
Career 37%. This year 35.
35. So I was right. Yeah, right there in the middle. Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's not. It'll probably increase.
Yeah, that's what I need you to do.
And 20 minutes a night.
That's an average. So some of them nights is 15, 14.
Yeah. I watched some games I didn't even see him, bro.
Exactly.
A little bit. 8.5 points per game. He's grabbing 7 rebounds in 20 minutes, bro. So yeah, I take that back, people. When I see 7 rebounds in 20 minutes, he'll help.
Yeah, he'll help.
I was hoping he was going to go to Golden State. Woo! When I heard about him going, man, maybe he could go to Golden State, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
I like the Heat, but I mean he's going to be a good addition to the Heat, but he's not. They're still not going to do anything in the East. You know?
They need more scoring, man.
Oh yeah, he'll help with that.
LeBron to win that 4th ring. They need more scoring.
And see, that's why I say if they get Melo Ball, let's run it. You talking about Melo, Jimmy Buckets, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Kevin Love. Run it.
Second round out of the playoff.
I don't know. I would like to see that. I would like to see that lineup against the Bucks. I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
Up to Giannis. Drew Holiday.
That's cool. That's cool. Go Drew Holiday. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I'm more worried about Chris Middleton.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Chris is a major component to that offense, but
yeah, I'm more worried about you.
But Drew Holiday versus LaMelo.
Okay, it's okay.
I think
I'll take 6'7". I'll take 6'7" over 6'3". He gonna figure it out.
I think a wet jumper over attempting to penetrate because LaMelo Ball's jump is not
get hot. You want to talk about numbers? Look what Melo's shooting from the 3.
Let me look
it up. I mean, y'all gonna stop disrespecting my man Melo, man.
Here. Let me look this young man up.
Let me see what he's shooting. Well, probably almost as good as Kevin Love, like 33-ish, 34-ish.
He's shooting 37% from the 3 for his career, 37 this year as well, 85 from the free throw line, 50% from the field.
Come on, man. Come on, 37 from the 3 this year.
Mm-hmm. You know he's a point guard, though, right?
That's cool.
That's not good, bro. This is not Kevin Love shooting the 3. This is your point guard shooting the 3.
Anybody shooting 37% from the 3 is good.
We need him up around 40.
Not too many people up around 40, though.
LaMelo should be
37%. 37% from the 3. I'll take it.
Okay. I bet you if he got in the gym, if he stopped doing certain things, if he got in the gym in the summertime, he has the ability to shoot 40%, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
What is Drew Holiday shooting from the 3?
Let me tell you. Y'all love when we get into that data. I love this.
Because numbers don't lie.
No, they don't. Drew Holiday, 37%.
Okay, so I'm saying
53 from the field, though.
That's fair.
86
take a lot of mid ranges
from the 3-point line.
And what was Melo?
He does shoot more mid range.
Yeah, he take a lot of mid ranges. What does Melo shoot from?
He's averaging 19 points a game. Melo is averaging 23. I would love that matchup in the playoffs, man.
Come on with it. Come on, I'll take Melo. I'll take my young boy. Come on, Melo.
I'm running with Holiday. How are they gonna show some improvement? Local said, I know I probably never said this, but it was a pleasure meeting you too, FD. Pleasure meeting you as well. I remember the first time we talked about Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward of all time.
Okay, yeah, I get you. Okay, who's 2?
Charles Barkley.
Okay. I was gonna say Sir Charles won. I was gonna say, but I can see that Timmy won.
Charles was one. Charles was one. That's why when everybody talks about Karl Malone and being third in all time scoring, Charles Barkley was a better player than Karl Malone. And I always say this: you can't pick and roll your way to greatness.
Nah.
Knicks fans are upset that he doesn't get any playing time. Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah, he should. That's Tom Thibodeau.
That is Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, man.
Steph versus Derrick Rose in their prime. Who wins?
Derrick.
In their prime?
Derrick.
Okay.
Come on, man. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting Derrick, man. Y'all disrespecting Melo.
You better be taking that ball to the cup.
Is Steph gonna stop him?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop that 15 to 30 footer either.
I bet you he gonna block some of them. I bet you he gonna stick that D.
I know you don't want to look at data on that. People don't want to look at data.
Data on what? What are we looking data on?
I'm saying on one-on-one. You don't want to look at data on those two players. You don't want to do that.
In their prime?
You don't want to do that.
In their prime.
Like a question came up yesterday. Kyrie or Steph? You know the answer.
I'm never gonna disrespect Uncle Drew.
But you know the answer.
I mean,
yeah, you do.
Yeah, oh no, that's
what
tough.
What would you rather see, Steph versus Derrick Rose or Steph versus Kyrie Irving?
Steph against Derrick Rose like a dog versus Chihuahua. So, I mean, like a pit bull versus Chihuahua. So that's not really.
Who's the pit bull?
Derrick.
Okay.
But do y'all remember how good defensively Derrick Rose was?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Like, why are y'all disrespecting?
I know he was dominating, and LeBron tried to step out on him and see if he could shut him down. Yeah, I remember Derrick Rose.
Come on, man.
But do you remember prime Steph? Oh, we already hold up. Are we still in the prime? Are we?
No, he's past his prime.
Are we still in the prime?
He passed his prime. He's past his prime. Okay. He's past his prime. Yeah.
What did these playoffs start?
We'll see.
We're gonna climb.
We're gonna see. He better too.
Red nose, red hair.
So what you expecting him doing? Dropping 30 a night?
Oh, I'm saying 35 a night. Yeah, he's about to go for something, bro.
That's like 40 point. You know how many 40-point games you got to hit to average 35?
He's about to go for something. You see him in the season already. He's doing more penetration than I've ever seen him do. He's taking the ball to the cup more to finish than I've ever seen him do. That's.
I mean, he's been developing that the last like 3 or 4 years.
All getting ready, baby. Just build.
Yeah.
Just build.
We'll see.
Ooh, it's gonna be special to watch, man. I just love
it.
Peyton Manning is greater than Tom Brady.
Thank you.
Loco agrees with that. Also, who was involved in more scandals? Manning wasn't throwing deflated balls. So I say this to people all the time. Every quarterback, I don't care what level you're on, controls the inflation of their ball.
Yeah, they check them before you get them.
My hand, Mike's hands, person's X hands, they're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it, depending on the size of your hand and how you grip the ball, is how much air you want in that ball.
Mm-hmm.
We had quarterbacks on the team. We would mark their initials on the ball. So when it was time for them to go in, we knew we would exchange balls. The rest knew. So the whole Deflategate thing is, to me, an attempt to keep the Patriots from winning. Yeah. The whole tripping on the sidelines, I've seen people get tripped in games. The whole tripping on the special teams on side, okay. Yeah. I mean, even the owner, what happened with the owner? These are all things to keep the team from winning. There are things right now in play, in my opinion, in the NBA. The Warriors are 29-29. Steph and Poole get called for traveling on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. But, it is what it is. Like Draymond says all the time, nobody's going to cry for us.
Nah.
Every other owner is tired of the Golden State Warriors dominate. Takes money out of their pockets.
Right.
So, it is what it is. And people say if you ain't cheating, you're trying to win. I don't know.
But I agree with the statement Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I know you would.
Peyton Manning was I feel like he had a better arm talent, and he was way more mobile than Tom Brady.
Well, you don't really have to be mobile when you throw 40 yards and you hit the top of a penny. You don't have to be mobile.
But it was It was in addition to Peyton's arm talent and his vision and his accuracy and his way to pick apart a defense that he could still move a little bit in his younger years. As he got older, it got worse. But in his younger years, in the first 5 years when he's with the Colts,
He was athletic, man. Peyton Manning was athletic. Even in the combine. If you watch
yeah,
his
oh yeah,
combine,
he was moving.
very, very athletic. Vertical,
Yeah.
everything. He
6'6",
looks like a guy.
230, 240 running. Come on.
He looks like a guy just walking around, but he was
Yeah. Very athletic.
Dexwell says he loves when FD and Mr. Get It disagree.
Always, man. But it's love, though. We just talking sports. It's passion.
It's all good.
Hey, you going to Are you going to Del Mar or no?
Yeah.
We should do something live in Del Mar. I think that'd be dope.
Okay, we can start working on that.
Yeah,
Gotta make sure I get our sound together.
Yeah,
we can do that.
That'd be fire.
We could do a special What's the Play from Del Mar.
There you go.
You and I'll talk about that. We'll work on this and make sure our sound is right. We may have to
maybe get a room or something.
What kind of phone do you have?
An iPhone.
Yeah, we may have to work something out.
Okay.
So that you can be on one, I can be on one. We got to see if we got any cross interference. We'll work something out. I think that's a great idea, Mike.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you going to the event?
No, I'm not going.
You know anybody else? Do you know anybody that is going?
I think Ralph, Prism God is going. I think he's going. I'm not 100%, but I think he's going.
I was thinking about going through at least one day before I fly out.
Yeah.
I look at that.
If I was close to it like you were, then I would.
Yeah.
But
And I think everybody is picking and choosing. What are they really going to? What's the return on that? You know?
Yeah.
Loco, tell him I'm so glad someone finally sees that Brady is not the GOAT. That's fun.
Peyton, man. I love Peyton, man. But I was raised on Peyton, man. I was raised like conditioned to love Peyton Manning, man. Like my family's from Tennessee, so as a kid watching him at Tennessee, like I was Peyton Manning was like ingrained in my head as a child. Like, like he's the truth. He's the next. Like so.
I'm learning that to a smaller degree in hockey. What's that, Reverend? Maybe I got to this late. I heard that Trey Lance has accuracy issues. He can't throw the football, really, but I didn't hear he lacks arm strength. I don't think the dude can really sling the football.
No, I mean, he really didn't do nothing in college slinging the ball. No, you know, I don't think that's his strong suit. And see, that's why I like Justin Fields. Because I think Justin Fields in college, when he had, you know, fairly decent receivers, he was slinging it. You know what I mean? You know, so I think Justin Fields has the same ability to run. Like I'm saying it now.
What's that?
I don't think as a talent, I don't think it's anything different between Justin Fields and Patrick Mahomes as talent. I don't think it's anything different.
I can see where you're coming from.
I don't think it's anything different.
I just want, just like we talk about Wiseman on the court getting some time, I want to see Justin Fields be in a situation where he can display actually who he is on a professional level.
Exactly.
But I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Throwing on the run, athletic ability.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Yay, Bo, what's up? They better not trade Fields.
They bet not. Man, I'm going to be so hurt, bro. I'm going to be so hurt.
They have the number one pick. You can probably expect for the Bears to jack that up.
I hope not, man. I hope not.
Remember you said you agree with Cornelius Gross?
Yeah, about Peyton?
Yeah, I kind of.
What was it, Peyton?
Peyton Manning is not the GOAT. Brady had weaker receivers. Peyton had Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, two Hall of Famers doing Brady battles. Brady had Randy Moss.
Oh, so Gronk is not one of the greatest tight ends of all time. I'm sorry.
Just saying.
I'm sorry.
Brad Bears front runners on Keenan Allen. Oh, man.
I wouldn't mind that. He's injury prone. Listen to him. He's injury prone.
Cracking the cement, man. He's got a problem.
But who else? Who else is out?
You said Marvin to get these kind of people who at the end of their rope.
Is Marvin Harrison's son coming out this year?
Yeah, he should be.
Like that's who y'all need to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's who y'all need to get.
You see that hit he took in the championship game?
Yeah.
That was a bad hit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be coming out. Will the Bears take a wide receiver number 1?
Probably not, because I think he might. Would he be there second round?
No,
Second, third?
he's not going to be around.
If that's the case, you got to grab him. You need a top notch. You need a Julio Jones. You need a Randy Moss. You need a top notch receiver. You need that guy. You need a Javonte Smith. You need that guy. You need that guy.
I love it when Loco makes these takes. Fields and Wiseman are not quite the same, and I read them, so I don't ignore this stuff. Are not quite the same when it comes to prospecting. You never saw Fields get demoted to the practice squad. Wiseman had trouble staying out of the G League. So let me ask you all this. Let me shake it up, Mike. People have said stuff. When I look at a player, okay, so let me just say this. I don't know what Golden State was doing with Wiseman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do know in the history of Steve Kerr being there, Bob Myers being the GM, they never had a dominant big man on the court. I do know this. So I don't know what decision they made to bring a guy in that's 7'1" athletic, can run like a deer, a gazelle down the court, who can jump off the floor, who can do all kinds of stuff. They brought in, this is the first thing that told me they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in a special coach to coach James Wiseman. They brought in what team has brought in a big man coach for their big man?
Right.
So that told me they don't really know what the hell they're doing with this guy.
No, because you really could have he could have been like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
When he first came in the league.
Yeah.
Just ollies all day.
Just throwing it. But when you watch the game, only DiVincenzo would give him the rock.
Yeah.
Who wasn't giving him the rock? And what's the other guard's name? The backup guard? I can't remember his name. Came from the Phoenix Suns. He wasn't giving the rock.
Yeah.
So that just let me know. So if people think this is how we differ on opinion. If people think the Golden State Warriors did right by Wiseman, bust their ass to develop him, and put all their energy into making sure that young man was better each year, then raise your hand. I'm not in that camp.
Right.
So that leads me to think he has potential independently of what that organization deemed him as or put energy or resources into him as, and he has to go do his thing. But if you're walking around thinking the Golden State Warriors drafted him, analyzed his talent, and put resources around him from a coaching perspective, and by the name of Steve Kerr and staff, not Steve Kerr staff and extra coach, to make sure that he is who he should be. He was more aggressive. It almost seemed like somebody talked to him. He was more aggressive his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
He was the youngest player who scored 25 points a game in a Golden State uniform, shooting the three and doing all that than you ever saw this year.
Yeah.
This year, someone told him you pick and roll and you set screens. And
they're trying to put him in a box.
They're trying to put him in a box. And let's also think about Looney is in his 9th, 10th year.
Mm-hmm.
Back when Kevin Durant was there, Looney was in street clothes in the finals.
Right.
Wiseman is not on a 9 or 10 year path to be playing.
Right.
So that's where I'm at mentally when I start looking at situations and what's up with him. And I'm not making excuses for the dude. But so like I said before, if you think Golden State brought him in, got after it as far as developing him, then Wiseman is a bust.
Is he off his rookie contract after this year?
I think so. I think that's why they moved him.
He should go to Atlanta. Him and Javonte would go crazy.
So, Mike, I believe no one with serious talent and a trajectory in their career to ever do anything should go to the Atlanta Hawks.
Why?
They have proven that they're not going to do anything with that. Since Mookie Blaylock and those teams of the 90s, I'm talking about after Dominique left.
and
the Bulls was beating the Atlanta Hawks. Even when Tracy McGrady went to Houston, thinking about years of time, what has the Atlanta Hawks done?
Nothing. But they haven't had the talent. They had ISO Joe. They had JoJo. They had Josh Smith.
Yep.
Some young boys that was dogs. But I personally just think if you don't move Trey, right?
Oh, they're moving Trey.
Well, if you move Trey, you need to get as many draft picks and try to get somewhat of an all-star. If you can't get a superstar, get an all-star and get James Wiseman. I think James Wiseman and Javonte Murray, I think that'd be a nasty 1-2.
It would
right?
be.
But you need to get a solid small forward. That's why I said if you trade Trey, you need to get a whole bunch of draft picks and you need to get a solid 2 guard or a solid 3 guard because you're going to need some more scoring guard-wise, I feel like. I don't know who you would get. I don't know who would be available. But if you do move Trey, you got to do that.
When I hear the Atlanta Hawks as an organization, from top down to wherever you want to go, I just don't.
You don't see it.
I don't see anything happen. When they brought Trae Young in, I was like, that's the best player for him. But that's not.
And they almost had Luka. They slipped on that. They could have had Luka.
He'd have been there for a little bit and then gone.
It would have went. Yeah. He might turn around and be a lifer in the Mavs. I think probably
could be. He might be loyal like that. Sometimes
so.
Foreign players are very loyal to teams.
Shout out Dirk.
Like that. Yeah.
Shout out Dirk and Giannis.
Yeah. Giannis, I don't see ever leave Milwaukee. He's even said that several times.
Yeah. They paid him, so you might as well. You brought a ring there, bro. You might as well just stay.
Are you saying John Stockton is better than Magic Johnson? Yes, sir.
As a true point guard, yes.
Yes. There's no question here.
Man.
Like I've said, I'm going to keep this phrase. When we're talking actual and factual,
yeah,
there's no question there.
There's no back and forth.
The Reverend Simmons has to be in the combo. Who's that?
Simmons. Isaiah was good. Simmons. Who is Simmons? Who is that?
It is.
Simmons.
Let me pull a line from FT's Facebook. How many rings does Stockton have? We're talking about point guard.
We're talking about, pure point guards.
Point guard.
Yeah. Pure point. I mean, we just said that Charles Barkley was the second greatest.
If this is the first time you've heard someone say John Stockton is the best point guard of all time, I'm
disturbing.
Shocked.
Very.
I'm shocked, right? I'm almost on the floor right now.
Yeah. Johnny was that guy.
Yeah. Is Rose better than CP3? A lot of people are better than CP3. There's a list. I could pull out a scroll of people that's better than CP3.
But CP3 is still that dude, no disrespect.
But he's also on that longevity thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's put up numbers, so he's going to be talked about. But when he goes to the playoffs, he's either hurt or he makes the team worse.
Always.
Same thing's going to happen this year. He turns 38 in the playoffs. Let's track him. We'll talk about him. Who's the off-season football buy?
I just said it. I'm not saying it again.
Yeah, I don't think it's Watson. I just don't think Watson's ever going to get back to what he was doing.
I won't say that. We'll see. We give him a season. Give him a season. So, but yeah, I told you I'm buying. I said it once. I ain't saying it again.
Loco, you still talking about Julius Randle and shooting threes?
Do you know who else is shooting Julius Randle? I don't care about none of that. Did you see what happened at 3-point contest?
I think after that 3-point contest, we won't talk about three.
You see that?
Come on, man. Did you see him in the All-Star game?
No, I only watched the highlights. I don't like Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle is really a bum. Well,
at least it's not just me saying it, because I think if Bronco wasn't there, you wouldn't even know who this guy is.
He's a bum.
That's funny. We both think the same on that.
Mm-hmm. He's a bum. Simple. Boo this man.
Oh, man. That's funny. People are sleeping on LaMelo because he plays in Charlotte. I don't think people are sleeping on him. I think people People wide awake. I mean, like
They
wide
sleeping.
awake on what he does and does not do. But we'll
He's the truth. Shout out Dave G, man. Dave G, follow me on IG, Mr. GetItNFlipIt. I'll follow you back. He's a smart guy. I like
Dave G is probably LaMelo up in this chat room.
If it is Melo, man, get a jersey, man.
Melo, what's up with the new car,
man? Yeah, man.
That car's off the chain.
Yeah, Melo doing it. I'm telling you, Melo, he needs to go to the right team. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you.
I believe. Loco says Lonzo Ball was shooting 40% before his injury. I believe his career.
Yeah.
I think his career.
Yeah. Did you see him running on the little bike? It was not a bike. It was I don't want to say a tread. I don't know what it was. Yeah, but the way he was running, like,
you know what? I just don't think. And I've said this before. I don't think these guys are built for 82-game seasons, man.
Nah.
Like even LaMelo, his thigh and his calf are the same size.
Yeah, you can tell for whatever reason they don't train a lot, like a lot of muscle training or like weight training.
What doing in all season?
He obviously not. And see, I always thought once he got, because like even Lonzo was really slim, and then he got his dad, he got that football body a little bit, because Jello was already built like he was a linebacker, you know what I mean, tight end. But I always thought Melo, when he actually, got to that 22, 23 and actually got in the gym and hit them weights, I thought he would have kind of got that little body like his dad did playing football, but it's not like that.
Dave G says I'm assuming Larry Bird versus Jordan in that prime. Larry wins that. That's a fact. Whenever somebody ends something with that's a fact, it actually is not a fact. I've learned over time that even in YouTube comments, Instagram comments, or here, when someone says XYZ, that's a fact, it's
why
way
y'all disrespect? Come on. Dave,
this thing, you ball out like Michael Jordan. People still say this kind of stuff, huh? Think about this.
I don't understand.
Larry, Dave G must be in Boston.
Must be. Are you, Dave? Are you in Boston?
Is it in Boston or living close to Indiana State?
He got to. One or the other. Watch him say like Minnesota or something.
Gotta be.
You wild for that one, Dave.
Did Larry Bird sign something for you when you were a kid and you hold it on or something?
So he must took a picture and signed it.
Must have did something, man. Remember, it was a Polaroid that they developed right then and there. And he just shook it out, and then they went on and signed it, right? With a ballpoint pen, you know what I'm saying? Right. And the white border, you can sign.
Yeah.
Mr. Getting is going. It was going to trigger me. Nah, we're good.
Nah.
Connor, don't forget Gary Payton. Him and Kemp were two of the best. They were.
Yeah, no disrespect. But they lost to who?
Jordan. Mike, MJJ, Jeffrey.
2, 3.
Tony Parker, what would I rate him? He's going in the Hall of Fame, I think, this year.
Tony Parker is top 10 point guard of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10. I wouldn't say top 5. I'll put some people over him, but top 10. In his prime, Tony was that guy. No disrespect to TP. Did I buy a TP? I think I didn't buy a TP this weekend, but TP.
It's a great point guard, man.
Yeah.
He rode with the greatest power forward of all time in Ginobili.
Yep. People sleep on Ginobili. Hey,
big time.
Ginobili was a dog.
And played ball all year long. Went back and played for his national team. Came back to the Spurs almost every year.
Hurt hamstring every year, still giving you buckets.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hear none of these young
some big name people that we all talk about off the dribble.
Facts. So. There was a time when there was winning championships. I would say Ginobili was probably the best. Even with Kobe in the league, was probably 2 to 3 years, at least 2 years. I say he was probably the best two guard in the league. Mm-hmm. When they was winning rings, he was definitely hands down.
Local said, "What about Spygate? What was Spygate again?"
That was when I think the coaches were spying on somebody. The Patriots coaches.
Hold on, let me make sure I get up the Spygate. I don't remember this.
Like Bill.
Hey, Loco. I remember rings. I don't remember Spygate.
Yeah. He's bringing up a lot of like
The Spygate scandal was an NFL controversy during the late 2000s, alleging that the New England Patriots were secretly videotaping opposing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Loco, you think this stuff is like the Patriots just came out of nowhere and said, we're going to do this? Or are the Patriots winning? If the Cleveland Browns were Spygating, who cares?
Right.
Peyton was better. Tom is greater. Now, this is a fact. Ja does travel all the time.
So is LeBron.
Yeah, all the time. LeBron's taking 3-4 steps on a regular basis. Inbound the ball and walking. Regular basis. That's how he got 388 points.
Right.
I mean, Belichick was definitely trying to win.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Peyton had the best coach. His dad was Truth.
Peyton did not have the best coach. He only had the best coach for 1 year of his career. Shout out Dungy.
I think he's trying to give some shout to the father Manning.
Oh, yeah, Archie. Shout out Archie.
Tom Brady was a great system QB, the greatest system QB ever.
Peyton was special, 100%.
So you throw for 100,000 yards, you're a system quarterback? I don't know about that. I don't know how you
if
throw for
Peyton was in that same system, you don't think he would do the same?
No. You don't throw for 100 cracking, baby. In a system.
Come on, man. Don't do Peyton like that.
You gotta be healthy, man. You gotta get your diet right. You gotta get them tomatoes out. You gotta get up in the morning and stretch. I think it's time to go on a Fields buying spree. Okay.
Hey, man, don't give out the secrets, bro.
Coach, it is the difference. The front office keeps Fields from being better. It's true. Bears have picked a bust on every receiver they have drafted in the last 10 years. I think you can go beyond that.
Yeah, I thought Felix Jones was going to be something special, but he was hurt pretty much the whole year. So we'll see. He was I think I forgot what round they picked him last year, but he was supposed to be the guy.
Do you remember they put White in the first round?
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Trash. Nowhere.
I think it's easy to pick on Wiseman, but I liked what I saw when he played. His shot is fluid. He's quick to the basket. I do think letting go of your number 2 so quick is a red flag. Only if you believe in Golden State did everything by him.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't, then Wiseman is going to be so good next year with the pick and roll with Cade. Just wait, Dave. Just wait. But, like I said, that's when I'll tap in the file, make a video. You actually on the ground, rolling around laughing. I'll just put up some, different comments from people about how he's a bust and he can't do this. And I believe in Golden State's assessment of him. Going to see. Well, it's going to be interesting when Wiseman is at his prime. Where's Golden State at? I actually believe this too. You want me? You want to get deep in my boat? You want me pull?
What's up?
Let me get back here and pull something out for you. All right. Don't believe GP is the only person that can come back to Golden State.
Oh, 100%. Of course. They should let GP go in the first place.
But I'm saying if certain players go places and show their worth and what they can do, and they're not playing in the G League now, they're playing in the NBA.
Right.
So your team is going to play somebody. Like if you look back, Wiseman's rookie year, he played Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of held his own in that game to be so young.
I agree.
Played decent defense on. Now Giannis did his thing, but he played decent defense on Giannis. He challenged his shot, and he showed him some moves taking the ball to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Something you want to see out of somebody that's 20 years old.
Agree.
So if he can keep maturing in that way, you don't know where he's going to be at, but he won't be in Detroit.
Right.
Iggy Love.
What if he goes to the Mavs?
I'm telling you, Wiseman. I think I just feel like if his development is right, his development has to be right. He's the kind of big man that could take a team to a whole nother level if his development is right.
Right.
Because his skill set and what he can do offensively is beyond his years. He's got to get his defense, his rebounding, lower his fouls. If he can do that stuff, then I don't know where he's weak at.
I got you.
That's just, but he has to put that work in to get that done. The Warriors system is designed on movement. A big man in that system is not a good fit. That's true. That's why they never had. That's why they never had one.
Right.
Do you think you put Embiid over there? This is a question I was asking some people. You take Embiid and put him on the Golden State Warriors. Is he as successful as he is with 76ers?
Nah.
No. First of all, bro, and that system Golden State has, you better be lean and ready to move.
Right.
You got to be in shape. Looney talked about how he changed his diet, this, that, and the other. You got to be moving, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to think Harden and Embiid, they're very effective right now, but they have a certain kind of movement to their offense.
Slow offense.
Very.
Slow, steady.
Very. I'm going to pick and roll. I'm going to set up over here and then get the rock.
And that is where the Warriors end up being very scary.
Yeah.
In a 7-game series.
That's right, because they wear you out.
Right, because that is a lot, and that's when we were talking about earlier about Patrick Beverley. It's like it's the screens, getting through all the screens, but I feel like if he didn't have to get through all those screens, which obviously you have to, but if he didn't, I mean, yeah, I think he could potentially lock up Stephen Curry. But it's like I think that is the benefit in that system is they know that Stephen Curry is not the best off the ball. Creating his own shot. He's better coming off the screen, pick and pop. That's really his strong suit.
But you know he's not Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah. Ray Ray was. I mean, Ray Ray was a beast though in Milwaukee, though.
Oh, he was a beast. Yeah, he was.
He can get it off the dribble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was back then. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, all day.
And he was dunking on people.
Yeah, all day. Young Ray Ray.
And people don't believe it. Let's go back and look at it. Loco said this is the first time I've ever heard anyone say Stockton is the greatest point guard of all time. And Loco, I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not shocked.
I don't know.
Loco also said that Tim Duncan was,
That's crazy. I know. I think you have to put if you're talking about people who know basketball, you have to put John Stockton.
Oh yeah.
In that top 2, top 3. Okay. Like even if he's not your top, to me he's 1. But if he's not 1, it's got to be 2. Yeah. No less than 3. No less than 3.
Candace Parker is the real CP3.
He a fool for that.
Big John. Yeah.
He a fool for
Alex says, so how close will you put Steve Nash to Stockton?
Nowhere.
Steve Nash is in a whole nother solar system, and Stockton is in the middle of what's happening over here.
Right.
That's what Steve Nash is.
Yeah.
Gone. Steve Nash might be that planet that nobody ever found yet. If he's in the same solar system. Nico. What up, FD? What's going on? People sleeping on Jaylen Brown.
All day. Jaylen the dude.
Is he?
I like Jaylen more than I like Tatum.
Is he that Tatum dude? Is the face. Is he that dude that is inconsistent? That dude who may have 35 one night, 14 the next. That dude who might shoot 35% in the finals. Is he the dude that will get punked out easily by Draymond Green?
All I know is that in the finals, Jaylen Brown showed up and your boy Tatum didn't.
Oh, Tatum did.
That's all I know. I understand what you're saying. I just know if I'm a coach, he showed up. I can't say nothing about him. But you, Mr. Tatum, you, sir, you didn't show up, sir, and I need you to show up.
True.
He's not the star. You are.
Can't argue that. But when you say Jaylen Brown's that dude, I just want to make sure I know what you're talking about.
He's that dude. I think Jaylen Brown is probably top 10 player in the league, hands down. Give me 10 people better than Jaylen Brown.
Luka, John Morant, Steph Curry.
I don't know about Ja, so I'll give you Curry and I'll give you Luka.
Klay Thompson.
I don't think Clay. Disagree with Clay.
Clay is better than.
Disagree with Clay. Disagree. I can't give you. I'll say off this season, I'll give you Clay. Off of this season, I'll give you Clay. Clay's having a great season. So you got 3. Bron,
Joel Embiid,
Joel Embiid, Bron. So that's
Joker.
5. Joker.
Giannis.
Okay.
No,
You're struggling.
No, I'm
You're
not.
struggling.
I got 3 more. I got 3 more. DeRozan.
Disagree. No, I can't give you DeRozan. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown all day. He doing the same thing and he younger. He giving me the same amount of production and he younger.
Still sticking with DeRozan, but okay.
And he's a better 3-point shooter too. So he's going to do the same thing you do in the mid range, and he's going to dunk the ball like you. And he's a better 3-point shooter, and he's a better defender. I can't give you DeMar. I can't do it.
Melo Ball.
No, he not. No, Mel. I'd rather take Jaylen.
Anthony Edwards.
No, definitely not. Stop.
Stop.
You see, it's hard. I could.
No, because you're knocking people down that are up there.
Why you ain't say Jimmy?
Jimmy who, Butler?
Yeah.
I don't think he's better than Jaylen Brown. That's why I didn't say.
I was gonna give you Jimmy, but
no, I don't believe in that.
Both sides of the ball?
No, I just don't believe in that.
Okay.
Jimmy takes nights off, chills. You know this. Even when he's
ready. But when he's ready, he's ready.
I get tired of these players when they're ready. They're ready.
In the finals, he showed up, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but he hasn't played really since. You know this. He hasn't played.
I give you that.
He's been chilling, baby.
He's still recovering, man. For real.
He's still leaning on those seats and looking around.
Yeah. He got 2 games off Bron, though. I ain't gonna be mad. So I gave you 7.
Trying to think of who else. PG-13.
Nah.
Paul George? Come on. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
I give you Kawhi.
PG is better than Jaylen Brown.
Not both sides of the ball.
Come on, bro.
Not both sides of the ball.
D'ing up. Who's he D'ing up?
Who's dropping 30 on Jaylen Brown? Tatum ain't guarding the best player.
No, they put Marcus Smart or somebody else on that person. It's not Jaylen Brown.
But he been hurt.
Please. Brogdon coming in. That's not Jaylen Brown. Who is Jaylen Brown locked down?
Who was dropping 30 on Jaylen Brown?
Because they're dropping 30 on somebody else.
He's dropping 30 on everybody he played. But who's dropping 30 on him?
So I got one more person. I got one more person or 2?
2 more. You got 2 more. Taking you a while.
Yeah, but they're there. He's not top 10. And I think we know this.
Who else?
Let me think here. Who else does it?
We at 8.
I can't even think who started the All-Star game right now. I'm trying not to use any resources. I'm not looking at anything.
You can't say Shea. I'm not giving you Shea.
Shea is better than Jaylen Brown.
What?
Shea is better than Jaylen Brown. By far.
I can't give you Shea.
Look
at the numbers. You want to look at numbers? Look them up.
It's gonna be real simple here.
Okay.
It's gonna be like, man, really?
Maybe he's probably getting them on points because there's nobody else to score in OKC.
Oh, he's definitely getting them on points.
But give me them shooting percentages. Give me them steals. Give me them rebounds. Give me them blocks. Give me that efficiency.
All right, this year, Jaylen Brown's averaging 26.5.
We'll take it. We'll say 27.
0.5 blocks.
That's good.
1 steal. 3 assists. His assists should be higher. 7 rebounds. He's shooting 78% from the free throw line. 54% from the field.
It's great.
33% from the 3, which is weak.
That's not too good. That's weak. But from the field, I'll take that 54%. That's great.
Let me go over here on Shaq. Shea is about to be
averaging like 30. I think he's averaging like a 30 piece.
He's about to be a transcendent player, bro. Shea is averaging 30.8.
Yeah.
1.1 blocks, same. 1.6 steals.
So they averaging both almost 2 steals.
Yeah, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting 91% from the free throw line, 53% from the field, 34% from the three. He's a better player.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, a little bit.
Better player. So what we got? One finger right now. Let me get back.
So we got one more.
Luka Doncic.
You said Luka. Luka was first. You said Luka was first.
Kyrie Irving.
Uncle Drew? Nah.
Kevin Durant. We can just keep naming them.
I give you KD. So that's 10. Took you a while, but I give you 10.
Yeah, I mean he's probably top 15 player.
15, okay.
Yeah. Like, any sneaky baseball vibes? We just talked about. We both don't. I'm not doing too much baseball.
Me either.
I love Jordan, but what I've heard about Larry. See, when you use the word "heard,"
you don't know nothing about that young boy.
Dave. Come on, babe.
I heard.
So he heard about Larry in his prime was the best ever. Nope, not from Boston. I'm a Yankees fan. Come on, Dave. Hey, don't be hearing, baby. You gotta be seeing. You gotta be hearing.
What I've heard. He said, "What I've heard, boy." So you ain't heard about Michael?
Wasn't around. Yeah, you ain't heard about Mike Jordan. Wasn't around for Larry or Jordan, but saying what I've heard. I don't know who you've been talking to.
I mean, you can hit. There's a beautiful thing, David, called YouTube.
Okay. Oh, you can also watch
Hardwood Classics.
The Last Dance. Come Fly With Me. There's many resources, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there for you. When Luka retires, you think he's top 10? I don't. Nope.
No.
I don't think he's going to play that long.
I think he will. He's a low-impact player, so I think he will.
Since he was 13, 14 years old, right?
Yeah, I know.
I should start collecting UFC. It's hard for me. Careers are too short. It's just hard for me.
Yeah.
I remember when teams cheat to get rings too. Houston Astros.
I don't know.
Brady did not throw for 100,000. Look at where you been, bro. I love him.
Hey, he's at 100,000.
Loco, come on, baby. Yeah,
I think whatchamacallit was at 90 something, wasn't he?
Who?
Breeze was already at like 90 something.
Yeah,
90 something thousand yards, something like that. And then Peyton was right there.
Hardaway brothers in top 10 point guard. Who are the
Hardaway?
Who are the brothers?
Hardaway brothers. I mean Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway.
Well, who's his brother?
I don't know.
Don't know anything about it. Brady was definitely a system QB, not taking away from his greatness, but he wasn't athletic. Couldn't do anything without that old line. He fell in the perfect situation. Okay.
That's fair.
I still would ask the question. You're a system QB, you throw for 100,000? Help me understand. Love what you collect. Mr. Get It and Flip It. What's the next show you're doing?
I was actually doing my schedule today. There is a small local show in Commerce, Georgia. Shout out Caleb Cannon. There's another show in Raleigh this weekend. I think I'll probably end up going to the Commerce show, the little local show in I don't mean to say little, my apologies. But the local show is like 100 tables in Commerce. After that, I will be going to, I think it's Chippewa, Indiana. So I'll be coming back home for a little while. There's a spectacular show in March, in the middle of March, after the Dallas show. And then Del Mar. I'll be in Cali for a little second this time around, and Del Mar for a little second. So that'll be my next few shows. What's up, E? So
great information. Dexos Toys. You can get a game used Trae Young jersey for under $7K. Would you rather have that or a Trae Young $7K card?
The card.
Yeah, I think the card would be.
Yeah, I'd rather have a card. Especially if it's got a nice patch.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next, I thought you were going to say Steve Nash is better than Magic.
Nah, no, never say that.
Nope.
No, never say that.
Mark Price had a few good years.
He did.
He did. Got the door slammed on him now. Dave G agreed. Jalen much more clutch than Tatum, more consistent.
All day. All day.
That's also, I mean, Jalen is. We got to see some stuff from Jalen.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. So we got to see some stuff from Jalen.
I mean, I think I saw what I needed to see from Jalen in the finals last year. I saw what I needed to see. You was out there putting everything you had on the line, and your counterpart was not there. Like I think that last game, I think Jalen dropped 35,
He did.
and I think Tatum barely had a dub.
He had 15.
Like, bro, like it's a closeout game, bro.
35% from the field for the series. Yeah,
it's the closeout game, bro. Like, what are
Well,
you
I
doing?
understand, though, like the hobby sees that, ignores it. Still shows Jalen Brown very low love on his cards.
I agree with that. Why? I have no idea.
Tatum, mad love.
I agree. I mean, same thing with Donovan Mitchell. Why is Donovan Mitchell cards not higher value? Why is Joker's cards not higher value? Joker's the man. Like, it just makes no sense.
Joker's cards will be.
You say again?
I think his cards will be.
Eventually, hopefully, I hope.
I think so.
He needs to be traded.
I think like, it was funny to me, him and Embiid. Joker said, "Yeah, I would love to have another big man like Embiid." After the All-Star game, like, that was an interesting statement to me.
That'd be like Giannis and Brook Lopez.
Oh, David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Like, what?
All day.
Why would you make that statement, though?
You might want to go to Philly.
Something that was a statement out of nowhere to me.
You might want to go to Philly.
Tells me something. He's thinking something.
I think it's time for me to go.
Getting a little foggy, seeing that next lily pad. Like, man, what's up over there?
He got his money already.
Dexter says, "Give him a run for his money." Yeah, that's Mike has a great mind, thinks of sports, knows the hobby. That's why we roll, man.
Man, one day I hope to be on ESPN or Fox One.
You have
like an analyst.
You have the ability, sir.
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, think highly of you. Local card collector. Ooh, Ant-Man versus Jalen. That's a good one. I think I might go to sleep on that one. What do you think about that?
I like Jalen.
Shea is better than Jalen.
We just confirmed that, yes.
Checking the box, baby. Putting that sharpie on it too, so you can't erase it.
But Shea, yeah. Shea's that dude.
Shea's the real deal.
Shea's that dude.
Like, it's season, I was talking to a lot of people about how I was doubting him. And he has showed me a lot.
Yeah, he the truth.
A lot. The way he can score the basketball. And somewhere, I don't know about where you're at. I just happen to see a lot of OKC games. And I watch much as him as I can. And just the way he does this thing in an effortless manner. He's not too far off the ground with his jump shot, but you're not blocking it.
Nah.
He's slow motion where he can stop and move and athletic enough to take you off the drip. I mean, dude's different.
Yeah. Like, if the Clippers would have kept him, I mean, there's nobody would have been able to keep him and get, Kawhi and everybody. But if it was some way, somehow, they could have kept him.
To me, it's one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Yeah, because he was the truth, man. I do like Shea.
Paul George, man. I know he's a vet.
I mean, I like PG.
But dude, if you had to go back in time, there's no way you're making that trade.
Nah. But I do like PG, though. I respect PG.
Dexter got mad love for you, man. He said, Mr. Get It will be the new host of What's the Play After That.
I don't know. I ain't going to take your show, bro. I definitely going to be, soon starting like my own little like podcast where I'll be talking about sports and talking about the hobby. So I got that in the works, but I won't be taking over What's the Play After the Day.
He'll be here though. I mean, we're gonna have him on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would love to on your show as well.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be litty. It's gonna be lit.
Dave G, that's true. But basically, every person out there, if they want someone all time down, with a minute left, would take Larry Bird. No, man. When you make these statements like every person out there, nope. No. We got a few more here. Big John, who would you rather have, Wiggins, Levine, Randall or Brown. Is it Randall on this list?
Randall. Well, he's out of there. We don't even talk about him.
I'm rolling with Wiggins.
I'm gonna take Jalen.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take Jalen. I love Zach though. I really do like Zach LaVine, man. I really do.
He's a nice player. He's a
Yeah.
third option on a good team.
Yeah. I really do like him.
I didn't realize we were counting playoff yards too. Did LeBron breaking Kareem's record include playoff points? No,
This is regular season.
nothing to do with playoff points.
Yeah,
I think there's a disconnect between the hobby and real sports. Oh, he has a huge bridge.
I agree, 100%.
Collectors only like certain players. Yeah, huge. I'm holding Joker until the market respects 2-time MVP. Probably gonna be 3-time.
Facts. Defensive player too.
Yeah. If Joker wins MVP in finals this year, his overall market going to 3x. Mark my word.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know if it's going to 3x, but him winning the finals,
it'll go up, but I don't think.
I think him winning the finals is going to be a lot.
That's a stretch.
Love what you collect. Yabo, the market may never respect Joker. If they don't now, they want in the future unless he wins several chips. You can't just come to the dance once and say, you're the homecoming king or queen.
Facts.
You got to come back and back and back and put that work in and show some consistency, which is a lost word in the NBA. Yeah, I think that's one reason we don't see spikes in these players. They need to get a ring. Jalen, Joker, Mitchell. What do you think about Mitchell's scoring? What did he score? 71?
Mm-hmm.
Came back the next night, shot 30%, had 20 something, 25. I imagine his legs were gone.
Yeah, I mean, you drop a 71, it's over.
Luka doesn't have a ring, but people are already giving him props like he's done it all. Yeah, well.
Luka is a generational talent. He is a generational talent. Like, Luka is the truth. Like, I don't think Luka will go down top 10, but I think he'll go down probably top 100 of all time. He's going to bump somebody out. He's going to bump somebody out.
He'll probably be on the list of those who never won a ring and how we rating them.
I think he's going to win a ring, man. I think he's going to win a ring.
I hope so.
I think he
Ja wins one.
Yeah.
Maybe Zion wins one.
I doubt that. He's not going to play. He's not going to play that long. He's going to be Greg Oden 2.0.
I'd rather have Brunson than Randall. Yeah.
All day.
Who wouldn't? Brunson should have been in the All-Star game. Maybe he could have been in the three-point contest.
Facts. And he probably would have did better.
Ain't no problem.
Hands down.
Brunson was probably at home like, dude, what you doing?
Fact, make me look bad.
I got to come out here next year and represent. You got to have Dame Dollar higher than Jalen as well.
I will give you that. You didn't say Damian. You did not say Damian.
I kind of forgot Portland. When I think of stuff, I don't.
Disrespect.
His autos compared to Giannis and Luka are criminally undervalued. They are. Joker should be high, but he's not.
I wouldn't agree with that, especially not with Giannis.
But Giannis' stuff is so short printed.
Yeah, and it's still cheap.
Yeah,
Giannis is still cheap.
Yeah.
Man, I'm praying to the Beckett guys, man. I'm supposed to get my Giannis Antetokounmpo gold standard RPA. I hope it comes back at 9.5. I'm hoping it comes back at 9.5.
Oh, I saw that card. I saw that card on your page.
Yeah.
So what do? You get that card. You selling that card?
Well, I got not 2 RPAs, but it's 2 autos. I got the RPA and I got a second year contenders auto number to 25 that I sent off to Beckett to get graded. If I get the price that I want, if it comes back at 9.5, just business wise, yeah, I'm gonna move it if I get the price that I want. But it's another one that I want. I want the gold standard, the ones that are numbered with with a little bit of a better patch. It's just a plain patch, but a Giannis on-car auto, that's like a staple card for him.
Yep.
The gold standard. So.
Yep. Yeah, see, Dave said Luka with a long career. I don't know about that. We'll see.
We'll see. I think he'll play at least 15.
At the end of the
15,
day,
16
though, you can never predict the longevity of some players' careers because anything can happen.
all day.
I only go to him playing at such a young age, but you just never know. There's some players that I thought would be playing for a long time, and something happened, and then they weren't, or their play level went down so far. Agreed, man. Giannis is way too cheap. I think all said and done, Giannis is top 5 all time after career.
We'll give him top 25. I wouldn't say top 5.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not pushing Steph out of anything.
And he's not pushing Breezy. He's not pushing Jordan. So that's 3 right there. Oh yeah, check out this Bill Russell I got too. I don't know if
SP Authentic, huh?
Yeah, man.
Clean
It's a
auto,
clean
right?
auto. I was just gonna say, right?
Very
It's
clean
clean. Oh, I might grade it.
What are the corners looking like? Everything.
Yeah, corners look pretty good. I don't know if you can really. I don't know if you can. It's probably a glare. You can't really see it, but
Decent, bro.
yeah, it don't look bad at all, man.
Do you send more stuff to Beckett PSA or depend on the card?
It depends on the card. Like, I made a mistake with the RPAs. I mean, with the RPA, I probably should have sent the RPA and that contenders auto of Giannis, probably the PSA. Like I said, I'm hoping for a 9.5. If I don't get a 9.5, I'm gonna send it to PSA, get a 9, and call it a day.
Would you rather have a Beckett 9 with an auto 10 or PSA 9 with an auto 10?
PSA, hands down. It just holds more value,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the auto 10. It just holds more value. You know what I mean? So,
Totally agree. Bro, you know it's always a pleasure to have you on here.
always.
We just rolled off 3 hours like I just sat down.
Right, nothing.
We even had people talking about Larry Bird better than Jordan. We had people talking about Tom Brady's system quarterback. And I want all y'all to know, I love all comments. That's what makes it all worthwhile. It's like that's what makes the conversation.
Facts.
Feels good, man. So, Mike, I took some time after, what was it? Probably October, man. I've really been working on me, bro. Trying to get in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
Try to talk about this as much as I can. Eating better, more exercise, taking stress down. It's all important, man.
You know what, man? It's God works in mysterious ways. It is crazy that you kind of just said that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit of a I guess you could say maybe a reality check earlier today. Really came to grips with reality, knowing that I need to take more time to Mike.
This is why I brought this up, Mike. Because we all should be talking. I try to bring this up in my podcast as much as possible because I'm telling you, I've been working for the last 4 months, and I'm just on the beginning of some things. I'm gonna take it even further than that. But we all have to talk about this because we're similar in age. What we're doing. I know you move around a lot, you travel a lot. I used to have a job where I used to travel a lot. Like all over the country and 2-3 flights a month, and it's a lot, man. So you gotta do the things that you can do. Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking multiple multivitamins? Are you getting your stress level down? We all know our triggers when certain things. Do we binge eat? Like I set up something where I eat from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I don't eat after that. And I used to have like a bowl of cereal 8:30 p.m. Like a little small, but I would keep the serving size right.
Yeah, just a little snack.
Yeah, a little snack, right? But it would affect my sleep. I get up the next day, it affects how I felt before I ate breakfast. Now I don't feel any of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I bring this stuff up because I don't think we talk about things enough amongst people that we know. Like the real conversations about stuff, about how we're doing. I have a group of friends. We're probably all within 8 years of each other where we text each other about doctor's appointments, I got some other friends that I talk to about how am I doing, what's up at a doctor's appointment. It's all important. This is why I brought this up, Mike. I'm telling you, for a long time, I would never talk to people about this stuff.
Right.
Like, April's laughing. Dexo says F Dizzle and Mr. Get It having their button bromance. And April's cracking up in here. But this is all important. It's all important. And then people here in the comments too. It's important that we just share whatever we feel like we should share or can share or want to share, because it can be an inspiration to somebody else. And I'm telling you, I left. What was the show last year? When was Delmar? I mean, when was Burbank last? This I think just started when I left Burbank last. Burbank last was last September, right?
Was it September? Like September, August?
August, September. When I left that show, I started focusing on different stuff. Yep. Like we started rolling with FD, man. We were putting in a lot of hours.
Yeah.
A lot of how do we get our foundation down? What do we do? What do we not do? What's our brand? I painstakingly will make a clip. Man, I go through all type of music before I put that clip up. To me, it all has to add up.
It's got to make sense. It's got to be seamless.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be what we. I don't. And I scrutinize other posts. So I could take a post that somebody put up and change the music on. Had to learn different ways of doing that. So there's just different things we do that now is kind of what we do. It's not as stressful for me of understanding how do we do. You know, even like you talked about doing a live at Delmar. I think we understand more about how to do that from different we've done before at other shows to get that to happen. That was a time you would have said that to me, and I get off like, oh man, I'm putting all kind of research in, and what kind of microphones do we need, and what do we need to do, and just part of it, man. But I'm glad if I could share some inspiration to you. If there's anything you ever want to talk about, or throw this, hey bro, what you think about this? Or this is what I'm doing. Share what I'm doing, whatever. It's all good. It's the same thing with anybody. It'd be Raphael, it'd be Wiz, or anybody else that wants to talk about it, because it is important. We want to be old bros. Old bros talking about, man, you remember what it was like collection back in 2020? We want to be old bros talking about
Right. We want to have conversation 45 years from now about today.
And that's what it's all about. I think for me personally, probably I always do some reading on stuff. It's not just data on cars and sports. It's a bunch of stuff. And there were some stats, man. I was at a dermatologist the other day, and I was telling the dermatologist that she was laughing. I said, you typically, the numbers show that if you're a man and you're in a relationship, or you have a woman in your life, or you have children, you live longer than those who don't. And I was joking with her. I said, well, you're probably in the bar, you're kicking it, or you're doing whatever. You're not really thinking about it. But I think when Junior was born is when I probably started thinking. I've always been a long-term thinker. I got gifted with that. It could be the gift or the curse. So I'm always thinking about something down the line. A lot of the card plays I make, it's not about this year, next season. It's trying to predict what's happening future stuff. Which was got me so excited about Wiseman at one point. People may say, like, why are you so excited about this guy? Man, I've seen Shaq come through young, Tim Duncan come through young, Sabonis, the father, come through when he came through later in his career out of being overseas. I remember when Yamin first started, when Alonzo Mourning first started. All these players started at a certain place, and they even came through college or foreign leagues and had to get to another place. I see a guy with a bunch of skills. At least that's what I'm thinking. But it's always good to have that future look even on yourself. And I think when you have somebody sitting in front of you that looks like you, it puts something into a whole nother perspective. It's like, I got to take care of myself to be able to teach and train and do certain things I want to do as a dad, or even get up and play around. Like, I got to be able to do that. And playing ball and stuff, there were no physical limitations that I feel like I had. And then as you get older, you like you feel certain things sometimes that you didn't used to feel.
Body different.
Yeah, bro. You get up, ankle cracks or your back pops or
knee pop.
yeah, that didn't happen before. When I played ball, you couldn't think about that. You just on the move.
Right.
Oh, it's all important, bro. I'm glad that I said something, and if it sparked anything, I wanted it to.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, man, we all gotta look out.
Appreciate that.
Sometimes we all need our cage rattle a little bit, or the tree shake, and see what falls out. It is utterly important.
Facts.
And I don't have a problem with a bromance. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's always love. Come on, man.
Better to have love for people than to
don't hate, appreciate, cuz.
right. That's what it is. That's what it is, Dexo. It's good to see two brothers on here caring about each other.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. But bro, I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. I'm probably gonna hit you up soon because I'm trying to take dates out through June or July.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you up soon. I know you're going through your schedule about when we have you back on. Please let me know. I'll be watching because we do our research around here about what's popping off in the hobby. And if there's somebody that I've had on before, or sometimes I think about some ideas of different people I have on, I'm always here to help, which you never did. But I know you're going to do your thing.
For sure. You ever interviewed Peter Pack?
No, I have not. Him and I have talked about that a couple of
Slavy or
I have not.
That'd be dope to have him on for sure.
Who did you say? Peter Pac-Man? Who else you said?
Slavy, which is his brother, Slavy Sosa.
Oh yeah, haven't had him on.
Yeah. And then I know I'm pronouncing wrong. I think it's Javi Best.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember when Javi Best played ball.
Yeah.
I talked to him about that at the Mint. We were both in Detroit at the same time. I think his rookie year, second year is when I moved to Detroit.
Okay.
I remember that.
Mr. Get It for Life. You already know what's happening, man.
Yeah. And what I like about having people on is to showcase the people that are on. A lot of times my question, I jump in and answer some stuff, especially if it's something that's really inspiring me. But I like for people to understand who we have on and why. That there's a reason. And best know that what's the play. I'm always going to say this. It's not the only avenue for getting and flip it to express himself and show his analytical skills and how he thinks. He's going to have his own show. We're going to have him on here. But I challenge other people. Have people on. Talk to them. There's much more in a hobby. I say this all the time than somebody with a certain amount of followers on Instagram or subscribers on YouTube. There are people walking around. I've met people with fabulous collections that would never post a lot of pictures about the cars anywhere or talk about them. So there are some people who are in America who have cars overseas that you would never know about.
Thanks.
So just know that the hobby is bigger than some things that we may see out here. There are people who are intricate in the growth and the development of a hobby. I think
100%.
we all should try to showcase those people because it is utterly important.
I agree, 110%.
Just my 2 cents on the situation.
102. I agree, 110%, man. I couldn't have said it no better myself.
And think about it though. If you and I didn't put the work in, right, and just like, with it, we're gonna create something and do something. We wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Exactly. My uncle said it earlier, you gotta come with a plan and put it in motion. You got a plan, you just gotta do it.
And you can never wait for someone else to tell your story.
Nah. And they're gonna tell it wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be something a little bit off to the left or the right.
You control your narrative. Always.
Always. Nathan, it's always good to have you here. Awesome show. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Mike, I appreciate you, man. Keep doing
Appreciate
your thing. Safe travels to you. Like I said, if you want to talk about anything, you let me know, bro. I'm always around, always here.
It's always love, baby. Until next time. I'm gonna see you in Del Mar, though, right?
Yeah, you'll see me at Del Mar. Yeah, we're coming back. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll try to do something live and try to figure it out.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. We're also gonna try to make some things to hype up Del Mar. I gotta get with I'm gonna get with Prism guy. We gotta do some stuff to try to do our little part. Culture Collision is already hyped. But we gotta do our little part to hype up some Culture Collision as well.
Facts. I mean, get with him. You got his info, so get with him ASAP.
Well, we've had him on here, and I'll hit him up with some ideas about some stuff. It'd be good to talk.
We're gonna see you at the next one, right?
I won't plan to be there.
For sure.
Man, you know that's no excuses. You know that's a long flight. That's a day of travel, bro.
I mean, I didn't did it. I didn't came to Cali. I'm being Cali in a few weeks. I didn't did it. I just left California.
I know you know all about it.
Just trying to make it as comfortable as possible, man. Get that Delta. Make it as comfortable as possible.
You come straight into the hub, right?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Hey, man.
Is that the thing? Is that the thing?
Yeah, that's the A. Peace up. A-Town down.
How long have you lived in Atlanta?
I came out here in 2006 after high school for my first year of college and stayed for a year. I went back home, worked for AT&T for about like 8.5, 9 years, and came back in 2016. And I've been here since 2016. So.
Well, I came here in 2006 to California, lived in Northern California. Came to LA in 2009. Went to Detroit in 2010. Came back here in 2012. I've been here since 2012.
Been a minute.
Well, before this, since I was 23, I moved every 2 years someplace new.
Just experiencing different stuff?
Yeah, going to different places for different jobs, going to different states, experiencing different stuff. Broke up with people I was dating. Seriously, bro. Got up and left. That's a whole nother conversation.
That should be a separate. After dark. After dark, we talk about that.
Got up and broke camp, bro, as we say. And but when the junior man was born, everything changed.
I feel that.
The day I looked in his face for the first time, everything changed. So I tell him all the time that I don't even think about, bro. I get to a place 12 to 18 months, I'm already planning my exit. Like, what job am I applying to? What city am I going to? Why? What am I going to gain in that next job? How does that fill out my resume? I'm all on this after about 12 months, plot my exit strategy.
How old were you when you had your first child?
I was 40. I had Junior at 40.
Okay.
I had worked and moved around and tried to do a bunch of different stuff and went to school, graduated. And, I don't even think about. We've talked about at some point we got to leave California probably at some point, but my mindset is totally different, man. That's why I say the evolution. My father used to tell me this. He's like, "Boy, you're gonna stop flipping and flopping all the time. You're gonna stop moving like that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I don't think so. It's okay. You just keep living. You get somebody here that looks like you, and you trying to teach and train, and you want stability in their life, and for them to have something, you're gonna stop flipping like that. So, I will say I don't even think like that anymore.
I got you.
But you know my man, though. You met Junior, you met Greg.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's
I'm still young, man. I'm still, I'm only 34. I'll be 35 this year, man. So I'm still discovering things, still learning things about myself, about life. Ultimately, I'm trying to, you have a vision for your life, and I feel like as a man, I control that. Only person in my way is myself. And like you were saying earlier, kind of like different stress, like all of that, getting back in health. Like I said earlier today, I definitely had a reality check, and it's definitely time to focus on myself and boss up. That's what I tell myself. I'm gonna just boss up, and everything that is in my head, I'm gonna make reality. That's it.
And your mind, your body, everything will respond.
Of course,
everything will respond to what you're not doing. Don't be afraid to throw some stuff completely out of the window that has been the norm for you. That's what I decided to do. Some stuff, how I ate, how I slept, what I put first. I used to bump work way up. Like, bro, if I had a due date at work, it was going to get done.
Right.
There was one time in my life before Junior was born, I was working 7 days a week. And I'm talking about real hours. Not just
12-hour days.
Yeah, not just going in and sitting down doing a little something, a few keystrokes. Nah, not just working a little bit from home. Nah, like really getting after stuff. But then you got to ask yourself at some point, where am I putting me?
Yeah, that's how I felt working at AT&T.
And I'm naturally the kind of person to put other people's needs
First.
I want to make sure people around me are taken care of. I may put myself way on the back burner. I gotta flip that sometimes a little bit. Got to
Mm-hmm.
get proper rest, taking care of myself, get my mind right, stress down, have fun, smile. I should be able to look back at the end of the day and count how many times I laughed today. If I haven't laughed or done something, then what am I doing?
Right. I
You know,
agree
what's
with
going
that.
down? So those are the kind of things I worked on. And I'll tell you this too. That's the last thing, man. My father passed away December of 2020.
My condolences.
Thank you, bro. My father and I were very tight. I mean, like
Mhm.
almost like really brothers. So we talked about everything. I talked to my pops. My pops had a bad car accident when I was 2 years old, so he was there with me, stay-at-home dad. My
Mhm.
mom went out and worked, and my father was at home and kept himself on a regiment from the time he woke up in the morning to the time he went to bed. It was stuff around the house he was doing, painting, just different projects. Stayed up with us on school, was a motivator on many different things, taught me all kinds of stuff. And Mike, that was an accomplishment I made in life, bro. From the time I was born until when he passed, that he wasn't a part of. There's not one accomplishment, bro. Not one failure. There's not one accomplishment that we didn't talk about. I shot him an idea on what I was thinking about something. He would rap back with me. He was a part of building the strategy. Every move I told you I made around the country, every football game I played in high school, he came to college for homecoming. And mind you, he was in a bad car accident. So my father's driving, sitting in the stands, doing anything. He's in severe pain, bro, and was showing up. I remember making big hits in games and getting up and pointing to him in the stands and him pointing back. That's who he was, bro. That's what he put in us, my brother and I. Always there. He was there for my mom. I remember high school. If I needed him for something, I called him from school. This before cell phones. He picked up the phone. I remember being in college. If I did well in practice or had a hard test and somebody I wanted to talk to, I called him. He picked up 3 rings, pick up the phone. It was like clockwork. That's how he got down.
Yeah.
When he passed away, I flipped the script on a whole bunch of stuff. I flipped it all up, bro. I'll say this too, because I really haven't talked about this on the show. At his burial, they gave us the option to put the casket in the ground and stay there and watch them fill the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked them, can we do that so that we could all have some closure? My mom was married to him for 52 years.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, bro. From a kid, she was 19 to almost 70. They were married.
Yeah.
So when we all reacted differently when they put him in the ground, but for me, it was like when I stood up out of that seat, bro. Rolling with FD was father passed away in December. We started rolling FD in May. Rolling FD was coming after that. He kick-started rolling with FD, man, years ago. Got me involved in a hobby, got me involved in autographs, got me talking about sports, playing sports. He was an inspiration for that. He played running back in high school.
Yeah.
Small town in Mississippi. That kicked it all off for us. So I guess part of the healing process and stuff from that was getting involved in different things. And I had talked about for about 4 years before rolling with FD, I wanted to do some sports talk radio. I wanted to do all different types of stuff. Never really looked into it. Didn't really do it. Bump work way up.
Right.
You know, you put your own personal goals and some stuff you want to do in the back burner. But after that, I was like, dude, I'm gonna start living life and doing some stuff I thought about doing, and keep teaching people here as much what I'm doing, and start doing other stuff that I've always wanted to do. And then, well, I underestimated because G and I was going to the Delmar show and we were talking in the car when we started rolling with FD, and I talked to a few people at the show about this. I underestimated the showcasing of fatherhood when we rolling with FD, bringing Junior out, bringing and G doing all the editing and him starting college and stuff like that. And I underestimated. I thought it would just be about cards, and then someone walked up to me at the show and was talking about fatherhood, Black fatherhood, and children, and how we don't see that in the hobby.
We don't.
But I underestimated that, Mike. I didn't really think about. I was thinking about something else. And then a couple of months in, I started understanding that, man, this is bigger than some stuff that I thought about, and it's organic. Like, this is how we get down. It's what we do. And then, a lot of people still sometimes I'll introduce G as my son, and they just look at us.
Yeah.
Like it's what?
Right.
And then people still can't grasp that he does all the editing on stuff.
Right.
Started at 16, he's 18 now.
That's fine. That's why I love with Erica, love what you collect. She always bring her daughter to every show.
It's important, man. What she showcases doing that is very, very is huge. More people need to see real folks doing real things, and I think sometimes they have a perception of what they think something is. That's not what it is. There are people out here handling their business, raising their children, having a family,
100%.
and if people think that's not happening, then but they look at Erica, they look at me, they look at other people, they'll say, "Oh, I see that is happening."
Yeah.
Michael says, "I'll go to Atlanta with you. Let's roll." Michael,
Let's go.
I'll make it publicly known when I'm rolling. I want to probably do some meet. I've been trying to do some other stuff at shows. I'm at Culture Collision. We'll definitely do something to
Yes, sir.
let people know I'm there and involved. I know Prism Guys released the dates. I've yet to find that thing to fill the void of my mom's death. Big John, let me tell you something, bro. Let me testify to you, right? You won't. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
My dad passed away in 2017.
2017?
Yeah, he passed away a year after I moved to Atlanta.
Sorry to hear that, Mike.
I appreciate you.
But when I used to talk to my pops, I still think of that. I used to talk to him in the mornings and in the afternoons. We talked a lot.
Yeah, every Sunday, my dad would call me every Sunday, like until I picked the phone up. Every Sunday, like clockwork, man. Every Sunday. Yeah,
so
my dad,
John, you and I are giving testimony that, and I know, Mike, you think of your father all the time.
Always, man. You looking at him? Literally, I'm a spitting image of him. You know what I mean? So, it's and also, the now being 34, like a lot of those lessons growing up and a lot of those things that he was hard on me on, I understand why. I understand why he was drilling things into me and wasn't giving up. And that's the thing about, a father's love, a mother's love is these individuals love you so much that they see something you don't see at a young age, or they understand you a little bit better because at the end of the day, you are a part of them, So I'm definitely blessed and fortunate that I had a mother and a father that, they weren't necessarily together, but definitely I was loved as a child and I was guided on both ends, mother and father, so.
That's important, man.
Very, very. I don't have any kids yet, hopefully one day I can, 5 or 6, hopefully, but as of right now, man, I'm trying to get myself into a better state overall, physically, mentally, you know what I mean? So that's my main thing. Huh?
And you will.
Oh yeah. Trust me, like I said, man, I had a reality check this morning, man. So there's nothing that's gonna stop me now, man. Like I said, my uncle told me that you got a plan. He talked like Bun B. Like you got a plan, man. So you just got to do it, Mike.
You see, Bun B launching these Trill burgers and restaurants, all kinds of stuff. He's also talked about. He's been an advocate of health and diet and what he's been trying to do over the years. And his wife is involved, very intricate in what they're trying to do. So that's what it's all about. April says, "Sorry about your mom, Big John. We are as well. Love to see the videos of you with your daughter. Your Big John puts out great stuff with his daughter.
That's dope.
Are you talking about a young lady that looks like Big John? That's my man. He's always here to support, probably since day one. Big John, Erica. There's some people I can name. And there's some people in here who've been here since day 2, day 15. There's some people when we get on, I know it's going to be here, and I appreciate them.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Somebody gave a shout out the other day on Instagram. I wish I remember the person, and I appreciate them. They were talking about this before we leave out of here. Who's promoted in the hobby and who's talked about. And this person was talking about they wish we were talked about more. I appreciate anybody who thinks that or who has that kind of energy. You all know that we do what we do because we want to do what we do.
Right.
It's not about any kind of awards from somewhere or somebody talking about something. We just try to show up and show out. I joke with G and Junior about that. When we walk in a place, we are extension. That's what I got taught, bro. We're an extension of our household.
All day.
Yeah, Junior. People should see my father when they look at Junior. When you look at Junior's face, man, my brother and my father are all up in his face.
Y'all twins.
Yeah, bro. His ears, Junior looks like me. If I pull some, people was looking at some pictures with my mom today. My mom pulled out some pictures of my grandmother's, my father, April years ago, his mom, and some other stuff. And Junior was in there getting that generational knowledge, man. My mom was putting down on him. So when I look at him and I look at my other son Robert, and I think about Greg was 7 when I first met him, and how he's grown into a young man. And like you talked about, Pop used to tell me all the time, you can't stop talking because people are listening, no matter if they act like they're listening or not. And that's been different for me, Mike. I used to be a kind of person, man. If you knew me years ago, very little patience, man. Very little patience. I kind of get that from my pop when he was young. I don't say the same thing to people, or I didn't say the same thing to people twice.
Right.
That was not me at all. It's been that way with probably certain jobs and things in life. Like I would get frustrated about stuff and start moving on. You get your kids in your life and stuff, and they may do something that you think is like, why are you doing that? It's time to sit down, talk, keep talking, keep having conversations. Today, Junior and I went out and ran some errands. I can remember I was telling him that it was like when I used to run errands with my pop. And I had the kind of father that when he was hitting the door, man, I said, hey, can I roll with you? It was a 99.9% yes.
All day.
All day. I'm shooting shotgun when I was older, or I'm in the back seat when I was younger. It was without a question. He never went any place that he wouldn't take me. And I learned so much about life from being around him and people that he was around, from Masonic brothers to people he grew up with that were in Chicago to whatever. I was Legend Omega, man. I used to call him We Rap about what he kind of went through and then what I was going through at the time. That's just how it was. So my testimony to you, man, keep doing what you're doing. I know you will. Any goals you have on personal stuff, like what we talked about as far as health, you're going to accomplish those. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I need to get back down to 200. I'm like 250 right now. I get back down to 200, I'll be good. That's my basketball weight.
You got to think 2 to 4 pounds a week. You know, you're going to lose more weight up front. You're going to level out. Then you just keep going. Your body catch up. One thing about your body is that it wants to stay the same weight. So if you do certain things over time, give yourself some time. Don't give yourself unrealistic goals. It'll all happen.
In time.
I can do more now physically than I could do last August.
I feel that.
That is what it is, man. You just be on it every day, every day. Somebody may come up to you and say, hey, you want this to eat? Nope, I'm on this. You just keep doing it. At work, we order food sometimes. I go get something else. I'm just still
discipline.
On. And then people kind of know, like, yeah, we order that. Favor's not eating that. Just on it. And then after a while, you keep doing your thing. Even when you think you plateau, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
And like you travel, get up, I do this at work, go to the hotel gym. Or maybe
I've been doing that too when I'm out of town.
And then you're good to go, man. Get plenty of food, then you get some sleep. People say, hey, I'm gonna stay at trade night till 3 a.m. I'm out at midnight.
Right.
I'm gonna hit these deals, I'm gone.
Yeah, get 2 or 3 and I'm out. Yeah. That's the hard part sometimes when you be at trade nights,
Oh, yeah, it is very hard, bro, because you walk the next deal may be right there.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. But bro, I will see
the bigger picture.
Yeah. And you will, Mike. I'll see you at trade night. Oh, I'll see you at the show. Trade nights at Delmar. We need to book some rooms.
Yes, sir.
Should be a good time.
It's gonna be a great time. It always is. It's Cali, man.
Yeah.
It's Cali.
It'll be great weather around that time. And I think we're gonna try to get out I would like to see a little bit more of San Diego. You know, G was born in San Diego.
Oh, that's fire. I got a really good friend that moved to San Diego maybe 2 years ago. So he had the little play on the lottery. You know, he's set for life now. So he just moved to San Diego with the family, and he's just living in his wealth. You know, so every time I'm out there, I always link up with him, go get something to eat, go chill, go to the beach. You know, so
Cool.
like I said, I'll be there a little bit early. I might stay a little bit later too. I don't know. I really like California, man. So I'll be there for a little second.
Sounds like you might move out one day.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's
Bro,
the
you have
goal.
a good one, man. It's always a pleasure, bro.
You too, man. Number love, baby.
Yeah, you too, bro. Love you. Tell everybody I said what's up.
All right, I got you.
See you soon.
All right, one.